Okay, I think we're basically close enough that we can start talking. Is tomorrow's Solari Noxian Crusade being streamed? I would assume so. I think that's the last VOD we have to do, right? I can check, in fact. Was that the last VOD we have to do? No, wait, is that a live one? Oh, yeah, that's a live one. I assume so. I think I can do it if no one else can, so um, should be done. Should be done. But we'll see. We'll see. We can maybe get the other VOD done as well. Anyway, welcome. We got our Super VOD day. Definitely more interesting, than FPX and C9 going at it. That's a very boring game. Don't go watch that. Of course, as expected, Perk's getting his revenge in that game, but we'll just ignore that. What is LCS exactly? What is LCS? Why is it beating China? That doesn't make sense. No one. Yeah, who are these people that said FPX was any good again? Why did I believe them? I should have gone and watched an FPX game before. What the fuck is this? Oh, anyway, yes, so today we've got three big series. We've got Solari versus DCTR, Solari versus Dutch Community Team Ruby. We've got Arc Ghosts against Noxian Crusade, and then Quad Nation Intellect against TLH. You thought I said SPX? No, SPX. See, SPX is the team we care about because they're in the league. We don't care about FPX. Not those fakers, just clearly stealing the entire idea from SPX. Anyway, I think I'm here by myself. I don't know if anyone's planning to join me later, but we'll see. But first up, we've got Solari versus DCTR. I should have really looked into the teams, where the teams were standing before this started. You know what? Let me go have a look. So Solari sitting on 2 wins and a tie so far. DCTR sitting on 1 tie, 1 loss. So a little bit of a difference there. DCTR needing to get some more points on the board to push themselves up into those top 4 playoff spots. They're a fair way off right now. Well, they're not that far off. A win would actually put them equal or just above into those spots. Solari sitting quite happily at the top of the table. Of course, every single point they can get would be good to go. You could join. You can join if you want. Um, well, actually, maybe you shouldn't be casting your own game. Maybe you can join for the next series if you want to do the next. Why am I alone? Oh, I'll ask myself that question too much. No, I'm kidding. Solari versus DCTR. Yes, so of course, important for Solari, I think, actually, if they win here. Um, can you join and answer some questions? I'll wait till other games. You can join. We could ask you some questions after the series, I guess. Yeah, sure, why not? It's not like we're strapped for time today, so we can do like short interviews. We don't have to do the whole pick bands and stuff. Um, oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, come up. Here you go. Welcome to the stream. Why not?
Hello.
Come join. And if he's too low, let me know. I'll turn him up. If he's too loud, let me know. I'll turn him down on stream. But yeah. Oh, I should share my screen. Actually, that would make sense, and you can see what is going on before the stream sees it. Did that work? Yeah, I think that worked.
I remember the draft.
Oh, perfect.
So our prioritize, I think, was Shen first pick because we're blue side. So we first picked Shen. They picked. I think it was Amuma and Urgot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Then we decided that we want strong side top, and we picked Kindred Seraphine, and we like saved our last 2 picks for ADC and top. Then they picked Vex, I think. And I think their last pick was Kiana, and MF was 4th pick. And then we picked Ziggs, Wukong, and they picked last one. It was Kiana, yeah.
Yep, so some interesting team models coming out from both teams here. Uh, as you can see, there's both teams have front lines in their top and supports, and then they've got those AP carries in the Ziggs, in the Vex. Seraphine coming in as the more sort of supportive with some AP carry as well. MF coming in as the AD carry for DCTR, and Kindred providing that sort of role of the majority of AD damage for Solari. Kiana, of course, there just as a very strong assassin. I'm not sure there's much else to say. Yeah, we'll just start the game. Why not? There we go. Straight in. Feel free to jump in with any insights about the game. It'll save my voice a bit.
I will try my best, I guess.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. So, it looks like Solari are moving towards the bottom side. Just mostly, I guess, counter protecting against the countering invade. Oh my god, my brain today. A very defensive ward coming out from the side of DCTR, just making sure they don't get invaded on. But I don't think either team should really expect an invade coming out. Neither team's particularly strong in that early fight. Interesting point is Conqueror Kindred. You tend to see either Conqueror or Press the Attack. I'd say Conqueror is more of the sort of scaling rune. You sort of see the Press the Attack more when you want to go for those ganks into early game kills. Uh, no, you see the Press the Attack when you want to go into those ganks in early game kills. The Conqueror is more sort of a scaling. Want to be more useful when the team fights provide that constant source of damage. Over time, also worth knowing, Ziggs, of course, with the teleport is what you expect to see from the Ziggs. So a little bit of, well, you don't really expect to see the fight coming out early from the bot lane of Solari. They're happy to just sort of scale up and Shen to be there to help keep the Ziggs alive. Listen the mid lane deciding to take that barrier, wanting to protect against the extra burst that Vex and Kiana could bring in ganks. Whereas Seleno in the Vex is as the teleport. So early trades coming out in the early, small trades in the early game. I think actually going in for a big trade on Titus in the top lane here. It's a lot of damage thrown down, but Titus turning it around quite heavily with the Conqueror. Still a slight advantage there to Vink. Obsession taking so much damage here, but he might just go down early. Such a good engage there from Suffix and Narcissistic to follow up in the bottom lane. Somehow here Titus is on half health, Vink on 100. Didn't get to see what happened there because of focus on bot lane. Only 2 CS right now for this Urgot, really struggling into the Wukong. Press the attack on Urgot, of course, means that you want to go for these smaller, short, bursty trades. Whereas with something like the Conqueror on the Wukong, you're much happier for the longer trades because eventually you just start healing. Titus here actually 2 levels up on Vink right now. An interesting jump in from Vink, taking about a third of his health in minion damage. Vink looking like he wants to interrupt Titus, and Titus does stop the back. Of course, that will just mean that he moves down. To help secure ready this scuttle, Dema going in for the gank though on Liss. Potentially the turnaround as ready shows up and Titus is on the way down. Seleno taking so much damage, will flash across the wall, flash followed by Reddy, and that's so much damage, will just take down the Vex. For that second kill, it goes over to the Kindred. I don't think that was a stack kill. But it does mean that open engage in the bot lane here as Suffix catches Obsession yet again. A lot of CC being thrown up, a flash away from Narcissistic, but he didn't really need to do it. Better be safe than sorry though. See Dermot hovering here on the bottom side. We could potentially look for some sort of tower dive. Always a bit of a risk though into something like a Shen. He has the taunt, has the W. There's the engage. He gets the taunt onto Obsession. Obsession does get the Vanish Toss down onto Narcissistic, though. Being taken incredibly low, is taken down. Suffix also very low, but Reddy is here to follow up. They get the double kill, but Reddy gets one. He gets two in response. That's 2 kills onto this Kindred. And that is a lot of damage. Am I sick again? No, I'm not. I'm just quite tired. That's what working gets you. Feels bad. But yeah, 3 kills on the Kindred gives quite a big gold lead. Definitely not something you're happy to see when you're a team that realistically needs to get ahead in this early game. You're facing a Ziggs, Seraphine Kindred. 3 champions that do scale very well. In response, you do just have the MF and the Kiana, 2 champions that definitely do not scale anywhere near as well. And in fact, let's look towards where that gold lead currently is, because we can see there is a 1000 gold lead. Most of it stacked up in that jungle position, of course. Actually, a small lead coming out for the Misfortune Punky Boy. Getting a bit of a lead in his lane there. Also, small lead on top side for Titus on the Wukong. Somewhat expected, Wukong doing very well into AD threats.
And fun fact that MF typed in all chat that she cheering for C9.
It's cheering for C9. Ooh. Lots of small trades coming out in top lane. Of course, we all know Spectator Camera loves to watch the top lane rather than show us anything else. So we entirely missed that Dragon Take, but it was the Dragon Take over for Crescent Solari. A nice early mountain. Actually very impactful. Looks like the second mark at least will be picked up by Reddy on the Kindred. He does have MF marked right now. I'm not sure if he managed to get a mark. He's only got the 1 so far. So not up to that point where Kindred really starts to become the true champion. Just got to watch out for that 4 mark point. And Vink should just be going down here. Wasn't ready for that gank. Didn't really expect it to come out behind. Nothing he could really do without the flash. A well-timed gank to just punish the lack of the flash before it comes back off of cooldown. And something else really to note here is Vex not really getting too much in this mid lane. A fairly good pick when you think about it in terms of everything else, because I think there are essentially 4 dashes on the enemy team. Kindred's Q, of course, a dash. Shen Taunt is a dash. Also, I think Ziggs W, when it pops people through the air, would count as a dash. I'm not really sure what he uses it on himself if it's a dash. Oh, but there's the actual taunt onto Dermat, though. It was blind into the bush, I think. Punky Boy does throw out the bullet time and picks up 1 back in revenge. Reddy going to the mid lane here, putting a lot of damage down onto Seleno. Mark coming up on Seleno, and that is the mark picked up for Reddy. And we moved away there, so we didn't see if there was a particular reason about him falling. Suffix trying to get the taunt down onto Obsession. And this Kindred really going to become a problem. Expect to see some very early armor being picked up from the enemy team. Stand United being used on Narcissistic. Suffix does come in. Obsession is very low. The taunt does not quite go down. So very long cooldown used there for essentially nothing. So slight CS lead towards the bottom side of the map for DCTR, whereas CS lead coming up in the top lane for Crescent Solari. So you can see where this map is sort of split in power level. Of course, Zig's just happy to very slowly um, get stronger as the game goes on. So as they're jumping away, the slow does go down onto him. They shouldn't be able to pull him in time there. The rest of Solari is coming back up. The flashback in from Titus. He will pick up that kill. It's picked up in return by Vink. Ultimate coming out from Kindred is not enough to keep his top laner alive. Liss and Suffolk should be able to just run this down. Suffolk's actually picking up the kill, not giving it to the Seraphine there. 3 kills on the Shen. Not sure that's really what you want, but an interesting choice. And Herald will also be picked up here, so overall massive wins for Solari. Almost 2,000 gold ahead right now. A little bit will be brought back from these plates. We haven't really seen much roaming yet coming out of Obsession, something that you'd really like to see from an Amumu support. You'd love to see him roaming around. Of course, can be quite easily matched by the Shen, but the Curse of the Sad Mummy, an incredibly strong ability. Did I just see that right? Yeah, the blue actually went onto ready there. I think Scorch or something? I'm not really sure what actually picked up the blue there. It looked like he was trying to give it over to Liss in the mid lane. But blue buff does go over to the Kindred. See pings coming down that the Altus Stand United is ready on the Shen. Apparently we're just watching top lane despite lots going on around the dragon. Not sure why the direction camera is so in love with the top lane this game. Ready actually just jumps over the wall here on Vision. Going for this. Derma is here. Ultimate thrown down. The stun goes down and the Ocean Drake is stolen. Ready is trying to turn the fight though. Fear goes down, flashing away. Kindred staying alive. They do get the kill onto Derma. Seleno does not have anything to follow up. Punky Boy is now coming in. Uses the bullet time on 1. Trying to get the kill onto Ready. Flashing forwards. But it's not enough. The heals coming out from Liss to keep Kindred alive. Suffix with a nice pop on that blast cone will keep Obsession close enough, and Ready will pick that one up as well. 7 kills onto the Kindred. While that was going on, a fight actually happens in top lane that the camera doesn't show us, but it will show us the end of it, where Vink does get the death from below. I don't remember what Urgot's ultimate's called. Does get the Urgot ultimate kill onto Titus. In fact, what is it? Fear beyond death. Close enough. Ready will go into the mid lane here, drop this Herald, gets essentially 3 more plates worth of gold for himself. Of course, the only slight problem with stacking so much gold onto a Kindred, there's quite a lot of CC on the side of DCTR, and Kindred is a champion you might be able to burst out. You have to be a little bit wary that there is still a way for DCTR to fairly easily turn this one around. Suffix running onto Obsession here. Narcissistic throwing the slows down onto this, and Mumu dodging to the side. Liss also coming in. Slow goes down. Banish Tosh used to get away. Nice fear from Seleno trying to keep the support alive. Obsession sub 200 health right now, is staying around. Derma also looking for something potentially, but Ready is here. This is not a fight that you want if you're on the side of DCTR, and they will just back off. Good read that the Kindred almost certainly about to turn up. Kindred mark did appear on the red buff. So Ready is here to fight for that one. Dermat's there. There's the ultimate into the wall. They're trying to put all of the damage down to burst the Kindred, but the Kindred ultimate is out. CC is not perfectly timed, but Ready is still manages to get up. Fear Beyond Death does go down from Vink. He's going onto the Kindred. Ready taken so low, but still just doesn't quite die. Seleno is pushed away by Titus as well. Obsession going in, misses the bandage toss. Doesn't quite have the damage again to kill Kindred. And Liz is just keeping Kindred alive through all of these fights. Punky Boy and Narcissistic both just playing on the edge here. Flash not up for either of them. Oh, there's the Stand United, and Narcissistic has the confidence with that on him to just walk up and finish off Punky Boy. Fear goes down onto Liz, but Seleno not really far enough ahead to have the burst there to do anything. Interesting, it looks like we might have a Collector coming out second on the Kindred. It is. I'm not sure how worthwhile that is, but I guess we'll wait and see. It does give you a very good chunk of lethality. It's going to be very useful into 3 of the 4 enemy members. Not so great into the Urgot and the Amumu, both of who will stack some armor soon enough. See Listen Ready pathing down here to help the bot lane out. Looks like maybe they want to try and force down this bot lane tower. And 16 minutes into game, there is about a 5,000 gold lead right now for the side of Crescent Solari. DCTR standing, looking like they want to contest this Drake, although it is only the 3rd Drake of the game, the 2nd for either team if they would manage to pick it up. They do have teleports on the Urgot, but it will be matched by the Wukong, of course. DCTR do not have the best possible setup for this, although Ready's in the pit. He tries to hop over the back wall and fails it. Has to wait for the hop to come back up again. Dragon on about half health. Dermat is continuing it with the help of Punky Boy, but they're not quite sure. DCTR aren't sure whether they want to go for it. The Dragon is continued bullet time coming out, but it doesn't hit onto anyone. So dash away comes in. Dermat's trying to just get the Dragon, but it will be picked up by Ready in the end, as well as that kill. 2 more kills into this Kindred. Seleno now forced to just walk away. But there's the slow going down onto the Vex. So much damage. And one depressed little Yordle going down. Is Vex a Yordle? I think Vex is a Yordle. Maybe she's just small. I just assumed she was a Yordle. Punky Boy now forced to just run away. Ready is here, but they won't go in. It is looking somewhat doomed at the moment. Can confirm as a Yordle. Freak said so. Perfect. And yeah, there's not too much you can really do. If you're the side of DCTR now, you're in a kind of awkward spot because you don't really outscale. You need to start finding somewhere where you have a strong point that you can fight around. But your Urgot, who's possibly the most fed member of your team right now, maybe MF is building tank. MF still slightly the most fed member, but kind of hard to play around with a champion that like will end up locking themselves in one space to use the ultimate. And Really likes to use the ultimate for damage. We see it will be the lethality MF with the Yomu's Ghost Blade rush. A lot of assassins rushing Yomu's Ghost Blade right now. A lot of AD carries even that can build lethality rushing Yomu's Ghost Blade. People now realizing, you know what? Move speed's really fucking good. And funnily enough, I think the move speed it provides is like 40, which on most champions is about as good as a Cloud Soul. Aha, there you go. Damn, I'm missing the ultimate there. I believe Stand United was using Narcissistic. It was. So trade of ultimate for ultimate, but honestly, if you're doing that, you're happy for that, your ult should come up cooler than the Stand United for the Shen. Ready here will use that second Rift Herald just to make sure that they can pick up that turret. In fact, the turret does die first, so the Rift Herald will get its full charge off onto the inner. Awkward defense here coming out inside of DCTR. They can't walk up too far. Oh, Obsession flashing in does get the catch onto the Seraphine, but big ult catches 3. List trying to get back will go down in the end as Seleno jumping in. A lot of damage down onto Reddy. Reddy forced to use the ultimate to keep himself alive. The jump back in is slightly mistimed. It maybe was a cooldown, but that's one going down. Kindred is finally down. Big shutdown going into, I don't know whose pockets, into the Kiana's pockets. Vink actually going in here will pick up 1 kill. That is another shutdown. And yeah, that's what you really need if you're the side of DCTR. Pick up those shutdowns, start to reduce that gold lead a bit. You can see the gold lead was actually so much that even though Kiana was the one to pick up the shutdown on the Kindred, it's still almost a full bounty. That's the difference in gold right now. Obsession here maybe pushed up a little bit too far, but is it a bait? A lot of damage being thrown down. Punky Boy's doing what he can into Titus, but Titus going so far and will just attempt to get away from that. Is actually almost managing to run the Yomu's Ghostblade MF. Not entirely sure how that worked. That Drake will be spawning in 10 seconds. Looks like yet again DCTR really want to fight this one. It is only the Cloud, not the Cloud Soul either. Something that they can definitely afford to give up if they want to try and just get some advantages around the map. Looks like they will as well. Kindred doesn't even get a soul because the mark is on the Baron. Seleno maybe out of position here. Titus jumping in. That's a lot of damage thrown out straight away. Fear will go down from the Vex. But he cannot get close enough. And the Ziggs bomb actually doesn't quite kill that tower, but they will get it in the end. Possession there, bandage tossing onto the Wukong, but there's a big ultimate from Dermat into the bullet time. There's one down instantly. Titus almost falling as well. Rise Suffix will get picked up. That's a 3 for 0 so far. Massive turnaround from the side of DCTR. They're running onto Liss. That's 4-5. Clean ace, and DCTR should be able to easily pick up the Baron from this one. DCTR not giving up, showing that they are still in this game, making it a lot closer. People always forget this, but Baron essentially worth another kill each. So even without bounties, essentially 2,500 gold swing right there, bringing themselves close to this game, just over 3,000 gold behind. And I believe there's a 1,500 gold lead right now on the Shen compared to the Amumu, which, let's be honest, essentially means nothing. DCTR is Dutch Community Team Ruby. a long name. But a lot of them are returning players from other teams. Um, Punky Boy and Vink, I think, both came from Team Bruv, if I'm remembering correctly. And Dermat we've seen a few times before, so all well-known players. Vink just using the Eon the got to jump away from that one, putting in a little damage. There are 3 members up top here. Liss. Oh, that's not where you want to go, Liss. That is so much damage thrown down into the Seraphine. Tries to throw out the ult, but will get taken down in the end. Kill unfortunately going to the Amumu, not the person you necessarily want it on. Dermat will just use the ultimate to make sure he can get out of that one. Ping's coming down on this bot lane tower. They want to try and push it down, want to try and get this tower kill as soon as they can. Ultimate coming out from the Ziggs will put a lot of damage down, just be out that minion wave, but they should be able to pick up the tower. Ping's coming down. They want to try and interrupt these Baron recalls, but there's no way they'll do that in time. And honestly, a nice play across the map from DCTR. They pick up the tower. They don't give anything else away. Think pushing in this top lane should actually be able to pick up 2 towers, reducing the gold lead yet again to only 1,000. Dutch community team Ruby really showing what you can do if you don't give up on a game. And now they are pushing in the mid lane with that Baron, looking to take down 3 towers. Massive turnaround just with 1 Baron. And when you look at these 2 teams, not really exactly what you'd expect to see.
And I think Vex right now is super strong. She just finished her Abaddon.
Ah, yes. That is correct. Vex has finished
And,
Rabadons.
and if good combo, Vex just can clean up all the team. Huge damage, broken champ, what can I say?
Vex does have an insane amount of damage right now, is essentially a burst mage. Yeah, burst mage is if the items were for mages weren't shit, but you can do it with it. Oh, but there's a big combo coming out. Bullet time is out as well. So much damage going down. The Kindred is down. That's most of the gold for the side of Solari. Suffix is still alive, actually doing a lot of damage to Dermat here. Will fall in the end. It's just Narcissistic left though. Vink will hit the ultimate and surely run down the Ziggs. It's very close though. Narcissistic actually does manage to turn it around. He's going to have to try and defend in the 1v4. 20-second timers on the rest of his team. No Mega Inferno Bomb left on the Ziggs. Will DCTR be able to just run this one down? Looks like they will pay the respect to the Ziggs. They're not going to go for the tower dive.
In this fight, Amumu did a lot of things. He just flashed ulted and that's it.
Yep. You know, Amumu just people realizing, you know what, the reason we pick him in jungle is actually just for that ultimate and the bandage toss, and they're finally like, wait a second, he doesn't need gold to do that. Why are we not just picking this champion support? And with the extra use of the bandage toss, he makes much better support than he used to. And he's basically got the double knockdown. It's more on akin to Leona being able to E people around the same cooldowns. So quite a strong champion right now. I mean, when people are saying Amumu's broken, I do tend to think they're overemphasizing it a little bit. But it's still a very strong champion. Hunky Boy is caught out here though, even with the flash will not be enough and he will go down. I think trying to run down Titus on the Wukong actually has a level advantage right now. Is almost a whole item up. In fact, is a whole item up. So I think with just the lots of pushing on the side waves, picking up quite a few kills, it's starting to win that side lane 1v1 against the Wukong. Baron has actually been started up by Solari here. Looks like they might just want to flip it. Ward across the wall should give away that they're on it. And the ward is being hit, so they definitely know that the Baron is going now. Vink is here. He's going in. He will pull in ready, and the suppression goes down. That is the kill onto the Kindred already. Soleno getting one. Dermat is going to probably try and continue this Baron. The rest of the team is fighting. It's an absolute disaster there. Oh, Solano running into Rise Suffix, and that will be a kill going down on the Vex. That could be important. One less Baron. Suffix flashing away. And we can see both teams here running for this mid wave. And DCTR will actually be able to get here first. They have the inside track. They'll be able to take these Baron minions straight in towards this Narcissistic, actually killing Punky Boy on the top side there. But these Baron minions are going to hit the towers before Narcissistic and Liss are able to do anything. See one tower already going down. It's the 3v3. Taunt goes down onto one. It looks like though this tower might just fall in the end. Dermat will get taken down as well, and it's left to Vink to run away. Taunt going down. It is actually the pickup and a very delayed ace. And the thing is, with Punky Boy and Soleno coming up here, that's actually sort of fine. The back door now is always a very real possibility coming out from the side of DCTR, and they should be able to fairly easily clear these waves. With the bullet time, with the amount of AoE that Soleno has on this Vex, it should be very hard to end just from these timers. But you see the massive combo coming out from Titus and Liss, and they take those two carries down instantly. And now the end is a very real possibility, as it will be a 5v3 with the two top carries from the side of DCTR being down. Obsession and Dermat have to try something here. Looks like they're trying to buy a little bit of time for Vink to respawn. As he goes in, the taunt does come down. Mega Inferno bomb comes out. Obsession with the Curse of the Sad Mummy is not enough, and they will just focus the Nexus down, and game one going over to Solari. And yeah, what a turnaround. Roller coaster of a game one, as Solari go from being really far ahead to being equal to almost losing the game to winning the game. Uh, so let me ask you, since I've got you here, how did you guys feel about that near the end of that game, where they were almost on your Nexus, and then you
Uh,
turned around into their base and obviously went for the
so
engage?
we were like really confident in ourselves, and I guess maybe cocky that we invaded like one fight into their jungle and we got aced, and they got a huge lead with Baron. Then we were like, okay, focus guys, we have to win this because like it's free game, but we kind of threw it. Then we started losing fights, and we were like, oh shit, like we're going to lose this, right? Then they, I don't know why, but they should have backed, and then like 5 men stacked mid and it ended, I guess. But they like tried to finish, but our big boy Max did some bombs, and Moritz with some Shen taunts. Like we got ace, and then we were like yelling that we should end, and then at MF and Vex, when they came to inhib, I was like, guys, can I engage on this? And then Moragis said that he has ult, so you can engage, and somehow we killed with Martin, like good combo, and then we just see like yelling to finish.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, real roller coaster of a game one. Um, I should really check. How many games are there? There's like 8 games. Okay, no, no, I was wondering if you guys win this next game, if it actually confirmed you for playoffs, but I don't think it does. I think there's
I
still too many
think
games left to play.
we need to win more. 2 weeks, I think. I kinda calculated that.
Yeah, there's like a set amount where, because you need one of the teams that is like fifth or lower to come up, which would be they've only played 3 games, which leaves them 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yeah, not yet. There's still quite a long way to go. Oh, we may have included too many teams this time. Um, anyway, going on to game two. Can you see game two now? Just to check.
Can.
You can't. I did share.
Yeah, I can. I can.
Oh yeah, you can. You can. Cool. So do you remember the draft from this game, or should we just run through quickly what champs there are?
Uh, so for their team, I don't really remember what they picked, but uh, we just wanted like comfort picks. Uh, and our like right now comfort pick is Corky Shen. They have 100% win rate on them, like maybe 7, 6 games. So they just gave us, and like we first picked them because we had 2 picks. I think they picked Trash first pick. Uh,
Yeah.
they tried to counter Corky, I guess, with Victor. Uh, and then our jungle wanted Randall because like he's kinda tanky, like so we needed a couple tanks. And last picks was a bot lane, I think.
Yep, cool. So, for the side of DCTR, we do have Set Top, Graves Jungle, Victor mid with a Aphelios and Thresh in the bottom lane. And then over on the other side, Solari have Shen top, Trundle jungle, Corki mid, Ezreal AD carry with a Braum support. And I mean, I'll just press play and we'll get straight into the game. It'll be interesting to see sort of where the focus comes towards this early game. Because, of course, a very late game scaling team from the side of Solari. They don't really need to pressure anything too hard if they don't want to. But Victor and Aphelios, both two champions that can be punished fairly heavily. Liz here with the walk straight through the mid lane. Not sure if it was just by accident or a good read, but does spot out that potential invade coming out from DCTR, so it will not come out in the end. Fight me for my spot. Oof. Fight for an owner spot. Interesting. um, but yeah, Narcissistic and Suffix are standing here. Obsession. I'm gonna guess he knows they're in that bush. Yep, looks like he probably did. Some misses coming out there. And an early ward being placed by DCTR. That means that potential ganks could come out towards this bottom lane. Notice there's a red sweeper as well on that Braum. They will actually go for that early extra gold. It's only a very small amount. And the ward will be cleared on the top side as well, but they should obviously know from how late that was cleared that Trundle will be starting on that red buff. So I don't think we'd really be expecting anything strange to happen. Just some full-ish clears coming out from both junglers here. Titus and Shen here just going for the small trades. I think actually stacking up that Conqueror fully will get off the slightly better trade in that top lane. And does get Titus to use a pot. Nice zoning hook there from Obsession, just pulling in that minion, making it easier to CS. Vink here pulling Titus in, getting some nice punches down, but it's taking a lot of damage from the minions. So Vink's tagging up Punky Boy a little bit. Vink playing very aggressively, but I'm not sure he's actually ahead on the minions. Meanwhile, the cold start for the Corki in the mid lane, of course, means you would hope Victor would be able to get some sort of advantage, small advantage in this early game, because it does make Corki a little bit easier to pressure. But it doesn't really look like any big advantage being built up just yet. As I say, that small health advantage. Think with the pressure in the top lane as set, will move down, help secure his jungler, that Scuttle Crab. Of course, we're trying to win the bottom lane. Don't really expect much to be coming out. Looks like potential gank towards the mid lane. Trundle is in that bush. Assume camera will show if anything happens there. But Seleno is backing off. We'll put a ward down. Won't actually spot. I don't think that Reddy was in there. So Reddy spending so much time on the bottom lane, it's unlikely they'll expect him to be in here. Titus being taken quite low actually. Reddy spending so much time actually towards this bottom lane, has fallen slightly behind on the CS and is behind on a back. Oh, there's the hook goes out, but the freezers are coming out in return. They actually do get the flash out from Obsession, who was a little bit worried about the amount of damage that could come out there. But overall, apart from that flash, a positive health trade for the bot laners, DCTR. Dermat is also now walking in. A nice flay onto Rise Suffix. They're holding him in place. The shield will come out to help keep him alive, although the Ignite's ticking. They don't quite have enough damage. There's the Q, flash forwards. That looked like Reddy just flashed a Graves auto. Can you flash Graves auto attacks?
Probably yes.
Yeah, I guess so. That arrow did literally 0 damage, so you learn something every day. You can't flash autos, but you can flash Graves autos. Titus actually walking into Vink here. Vink just, although he is getting those auto attacks down, not really building much of a lead. Has that pot lead still, but not much more. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, it is actually a slight advantage to the Ezreal, not really what you'd expect. And yep, some small backs coming out. We can see Corki's picked up his early tier. Victor's got that lost chapter to help keep him topped up on the mana. Iron Spike Whip coming out for the set. Getting that extra burst, that extra wave clear. Looks like an invade actually came out from Reddy there. Pings imply he was spotted. I'm not entirely sure because the camera didn't want to show us. I wasn't paying close enough attention. Reddy pinging on towards this Drake, wanting to get that early Mountain. Of course, Mountain very strong. Nice early Drake. People don't quite realize that that little bit of extra 1 or 2 armor can make the difference in some of these trades over time. If you imagine that's blocking like 1 damage every auto attack you take in an entire lane, that goes to quite a bit of damage. Why is this soothing to watch? My voice is so calm. Yeah, I just have a calm voice. I've been told that. Thanks though. Nice to hear. We be the opposite. I don't know, do we want the opposite?
Next game, no calm voices. I will scream.
There we go. No chill whatsoever. Complete screaming all the time.
Yeah,
Dermat
it,
spotted
it's
out.
just that I'm watching my games. It's like WOD review, you know.
Ooh, Dermat in a lot of trouble here. That's 2, 3 procs on the Braum passive. The stun does come down onto this Graves. No way that he'll be able to get out of that one. First blood going up. Flip comes out from the set, trying to get himself out. There's actually 4 members here from Solari, and they will take the second kill as well. 2 kills going over to the side of Crescent Solari. Soleno, interestingly, did start pathing up incredibly late, so not able to push in that wave in any sort of meaningful time. It doesn't look like any real bot advantage is going to be picked up either, so overall just a win across the board for Solari. They are still very slightly down on gold, but they do have that Mountain Drake, of course, providing them with a little bit more value. And we do have the Herald. That will be going into their pockets as well. Herald usually worth about a kill. Oof. Ezreal ultimate tags onto 2 there. There's... Yeah, nice zoning Braum ult, just forcing Punky Boy and Obsession down towards the bottom side of the lane. Um, yeah, that's what we call the mind games play right there. I don't even need my ult in this lane, so I'm just going to ult the floor. You can see Vink is trying to be quite aggressive with these trades, but the problem is it's constantly sort of pushed up. Oh, and he could be in trouble here. Ready walking up. Doesn't have the W because he used it so aggressively. Vink will go down 2 deaths now onto this set. Although he's built up the CS lead. Not going to be worth all too much in the end. And Solari, of course, maybe 3 kills ahead, but due to the CS differences in mainly jungle and mid, it doesn't really amount to much in the gold department. Monkey Boy taking quite a bit of damage from these Mystic shots. I think he was attempting to block it from hitting the caster, which, interesting strategy. I like to do it on supports, just stand in the way of Ezreal's Mystic shots, you know. Happy to take a Mystic shot if it means the enemy AD carry loses like 30 gold. Always got to take it in terms of what are you gaining compared to them. Got to give it to Vink. At least he's not giving up in this lane. He is still being aggressive whenever he can be. Dermat is on the way up here, but Titus obviously smells something is up because he is paying attention to his wards. And we'll be able to just walk out of that one very easily. The game's going fairly slowly right now. Next big objective to come up is that Ocean Drake, so we will have one of the weaker souls. But there's Braum ultimate coming out as well. Ignite is thrown in. Nice flay back from Thresh. Punky Boy trying to do damage, but it's not quite enough. An Obsession now left in a 1v3. Looks like the tower dive will start to come out. Tries to flash away, does get the hook down onto the Trundle. Flash coming out as well as the Stand United will actually keep Trundle alive because Set roamed down mid as well, did not get anything out of it. And the map plays just going far in favour of the side of Solari. Herald put down as well. And gold lead now built up for Crescent Solari. Seems like DCTR are just not too comfortable playing into this sort of team which can roam much faster than they can. When you've got people like the Corki, like the Shen, of course you do got to you got to be very aware of their cooldowns. Nice jump in from Suffix on the Braum there, but doesn't have enough. Doesn't manage to tag up Seleno, and Seleno just throws the ultimate down on the Vic to make sure that they will back off. As we're finishing the first item, we can't see it will be the Sunderer. Actually, the nice hook into Flay onto Suffix and then goes down onto the Root. Who are they going to give this to? Stopwatch is used. Punky Boy. Seleno will get it in the end. It's good that they left it for at least Victor or Raphelios. All too often we see teams where you'll just end up seeing Thresh take that. Nice hold there on the Dragon as well means DCTR will be able to pick up that Ocean Drake. Package coming in from Liss. A lot of damage. Selena goes down instantly. Obsession also down. DCTR just caught between a rock and a hard place here. Narcissistic jumping in, throwing Mystic shots, and triple kill over to the Corki. A bit of a disaster there. Vink looks like he wants to go for the full trade onto Titus. Titus now trying to run away. We'll get the slowdown from the Q. Is this Ocean? Yes, this is Ocean. DCTR versus Crescent Solari. Um, Solari are top of the table in Ocean, and DCTR are just outside of the top four. Or no, are they just outside? They're near the bottom right now, but they're within a win of being in the top four. If they draw this game, it puts them almost in the top four. You're last. You're actually not last, because I believe Ghost are last, and Ghost are playing next. I don't think Ghost have got a point yet, and DCTR have drawn a game. They do force the flash
They
out of Narcissistic.
so Dutch community right now is the 7th.
7th, there you go, not last. 7th out of 9, not bad. Could be worse. And, you know, they've got members from the old Team Brov roster, a roster that does have a little bit of experience playing against, well, Diamonds. They did play in the league with the Diamonds in. Narcissistic actually jumping in here, picking up 1 kill as a little bit of an overstep comes out from Obsession, and the 1v1 coming out from Buggy Boy and Narcissistic, but Narcissistic just too far ahead with his completed item. Will just pick up that kill. And it does really feel like, you know, as a lot of the casters have started to put it in official streams, it feels like Crescent Solari are sort of just throwing their wallets right now at DCTR. Saying, look, I'm just going to take the easy auto attack 1v1 because I have so much more gold than you. Doesn't matter. I think Team Bruv will win today. I'm sad we didn't see more Team Bruv. I hope when we re-allow Diamonds next season we might see Team Bruv again. That would be nice. How do you learn to cast? I mean, I can give you a crash course. It's really not that hard. And if people want to try, we're always more than happy to let them try. But there is a fight going on that we should really talk about. They are trying to continue to chase this up. That is 1 picked up, and the stun goes down onto Titus. It actually looks like DTCR might be able to turn this around a little bit. Narcissistic throwing out the Mystic shots, though, will do a lot of damage. Yeah, just speak. Yeah, pretty much. The main rule is try not to let too much silence come out. You can speak about almost anything. You'll notice sometimes, especially when you have 2 people talking to each other, if you run out of stuff to talk in the game, you end up just talking about random stuff, not really to do with the game. And you also get some fun memes out of it, like the Zimbabwe Air Camille mid meme. According to me, it went quite okay. Yeah, you're really professional about it, actually. Like, if you want to come back and cast more, you can do. I just try and save it for, like, live games for people that want to try out casting for the first few times. I don't really tend to invite people to VODs because VODs are quite different. Not really as fun. I don't know. It's not the same energy as people playing live. And
It's
also you
still
miss out.
fun,
It's still
but
fun. Yeah.
if not, you're watching like your team, I guess.
Yeah, watching your own team, especially when you make int plays, can really be something else. Oh, it can be painful to sometimes watch back what you do and do it. You hate your team, can you trash talk them while casting? Try not to. We try and avoid people casting their own teams generally, where possible, but, you know, sometimes it just happens. We do have an Infernal Drake, so Infernal Soul, a little bit of a better soul this time. Still, you know, one of the weaker ones, but alright. Jump in. Dermat doesn't want to give that up. Actually does manage to steal it. Second Drake this series that has been stolen away. Soleno trying for the 1v1 with Lisp, but will just be auto-attacked down in the end. Vink taking a lot of damage, but will flip Ready back into his team. Ready healing so much, though. Stand United was used on him. Flash away from Dermat, will dodge out from the taunt. Fight is still going on. Obsession dodging up what he can. Punky Boy and Dermat are fighting Titus though on the bottom side. They just can't do enough damage to this Shen. Shen's still alive walking out from the bottom side. Now Dermat in a lot of trouble, will get taken down in the end. Punky Boy still trying to auto-attack, get a lot of them down, will flash away to the Blast Cone, get himself out of that one in the end. There's actually a 2-level difference between the ADCs right now. So much of a difference. That was half health. Narcissistic actually just jumping across the wall. This man has no fear. Going in for that 1v1 and almost getting the kill on Punky Boy, actually forcing the heal out from him. Soleno here, interrupting the back of Narcissistic. Always important, you know, get those small mental edges where you can, interrupt your opponent's backs, do it as annoyingly as you possibly can, wait until they're on that very last second, then, you know, just throw something at them, do it again, keep doing it. Vink still with the trades onto Titus. I have noticed in a lot of these trades he does take a lot of minion damage. But it is actually the 2v1 as Vink in a very awkward position. Will use the ultimate, try and keep himself alive a little bit longer. But it's not enough in the end. And he will fall. Narcissistic being donated that red buff. Doing very well on the Israel, 165 CS right now. 6-0 and 4. A lot of gold in his pockets, has that 650 gold bounty. Punky equals Reckless. Punky better than Reckless. To be fair, actually, when I think about it, they do have a very sort of similar playstyle of the more sort of scaling into the late game and trying to provide that late game carry. But we are past the 20-minute mark right now. No team has a particular Drake advantage, so no Soul coming out anytime soon. Damn, potentially found out here, but we'll be able to get away very easily. However, there is a big gold advantage once again for Crescent Solari. We'll have to see this time whether DCTR are able to pull it back when there's not one obvious person that they have to burst out from the enemy team. And of course, if you want to burst out a Corgi or an Ezreal, a lot harder. Both of them have dashes to jump away. And this time, far less bursty team. Oh no, this is... At some point, this becomes cyberbullying. The amount of ganks going onto this man. Vink ganked yet again. We'll use the face breaker for the slight stun. Tries to flip Titus, but just does not have the wherewithal to get out of that one. Trying to do it with his hand, but that top lane tower will finally fall. 6,000 gold. When will Paper Squad be casted? If it's not today, it will be tomorrow. Is it on today's? No, it'll be tomorrow. Assumedly. Assuming I, you know, don't have something come up last minute and can't do it. But maybe someone else. I think Atomic has said he could do tomorrow anyway, so we should have someone doing tomorrow. Should check these are not important. No, they're not. Cool. Do you have a live cast tomorrow? Yeah, we should have live games tomorrow. We'll have to see with the VODs where we can fit them in. Live games. Solari versus Noxian Crusade. This very much could be the game to decide who will end up first place. Yes, so Solari and Nox both sitting basically at the top of the table. Noxian Crusade yet to drop a game. Solari only dropped one game so far. I think it might have been to Paper Squad actually. Was it to Paper Squad?
Yes, it was.
Yes. Oh, and another steal out from Dermat. This man puts his team on soul point. Maybe doesn't have any of the 4 kills for the team. But yeah, there we go. That's 3 Drakes actually, and that is added stats. You gotta remember the gold lead not really as large when you've got some dragons in your pocket. Think takes a lot of damage in that trade. Looked like he might have even just lost that 1v1. Will dunk back, but will go down in the end. There's 4 members sent up this time. My
At this
god.
point, I would say the jungle gap.
I mean, what do you guys have against Vink? This poor man, anytime he walks top lane, has 4 members in his lane. But Obsession here, actually on the wrong side of the map. So is Dermat. Punky Boy as well, trying to get back from the mid lane. Looks like he might just leave Dermat and Obsession to go down. Dermat actually flashing away. Not sure how worth the flash was. Means that it will be down for another 5 minutes. And of course, that does mean that the Baron will end up going over to the side of Solari. Pushing themselves even further ahead. Zeno will try and pick up this bot lane tower, but Titus said actually there to just match him. Should be able to stop this one going down should he wish to. Paper Squad 1-1 ties against everyone forever. I mean, 1-1 tying against everyone might get you into playoffs. Unlikely, but could do.
Yeah, but it was when we role swapped. Doesn't count.
It was when you role swapped. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. But hey, a game's a game. You never know, that might cost you if you guys now draw against Noxian Crusade. It might be that that's 2 point difference is the difference between first and second seed.
Yeah, but they didn't play 1 week. They had break week, so
This is true, they do have another series to play. Punky Boy here getting caught out in the middle lane will take the Lantern from Obsession, will jump out. Dermat is here on the other side, but they just don't really have the damage right now. Tower shots going down are just not enough. I think it's the Subjugate, the Trundle ultimate is actually just healing a ridiculous amount. And one tower picked up so far with that Baron. That's a lot of damage coming out from Narcissistic. He's actually 1 level up on the enemy top laner. Bot lane inner will also fall. Looks like it'll be a double push. No, Solari just happy to back out of this one.
someone asked who is Titus, or my name is Titus. I'm the OG player who won 2 times CoraL, and I came
Yes,
back to win CoraL one more time, I guess.
there we go. Original member of World Regenesis coming back to win yet again. Oh well, we'll have to see. It's interesting how many players like turnover we've had. There's not that many players from the originals still here, still around. I mean, there's like pretty much all of Girl one or two of the players from Pogmore as well might have been here in the original. I think that might actually be it. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I remember the only guys you were reason like you guys weren't in season one was because we had 8 teams and started it and then found you guys on like week 2 and it was like, oh well, we can't add you in now.
Yeah, we got late news that you started the league, and we only joined in tournament. We
Jump.
were like first guys who wanted to join.
And then oh, but the obsession actually overstepping here will get taken down. Liss is in the back line, assassinating Punky Boy. Everyone just falling from the side. DCTR, Seleno and Vink, the last two left alive. Vink playing the Tryndamere cosplay, just pushing the top lane, realizes, you know what, actually I have to back here. If I don't, we will just lose the game. Might lose the game anyway. This could be the 5-man push into the 2. Victor, quite good at clearing waves, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, at least gonna lose the inhibitor. They've got to be very careful about the engage here. If they've been tracking, they should know that there is no flash on the Shen, so they can play a little bit more aggressive with clearing these waves than they might have otherwise. But respawns are coming up, so it looks like Solari will just be content to walk down. Engage is attempted, the hook doesn't quite connect onto Narcissistic. They're jumping in onto Vink. Vink taking a lot of damage, stun comes out. He uses the W, puts quite a lot of damage back in return. So much is blocked by the Shen W though. And they are now in the 5v4, ready hanging around on sub 200 health, very risky. Oh my god, that healing though. That is disgusting. He has one Vamp Scepter. Seleno is a little bit in a little bit of an awkward spot here. Punky Boy's doing what damage he can, will take down Ready in the end. Suffix in a lot of trouble. Oh, but that's 2 kills coming out. Liss is the only big carry left alive. They've got to try and turn onto Liss if they can. Punky Boy's trying to lifesteal through it. But it's Liss versus Dermat now. Titus also here. With Vink running out, surely Solari will have to back away from this one. Dunk, but Liss using the Valkyrie to jump away. So much damage, and that is the assassination onto the Corki. Set W damage. Dermat jumping in will end up picking the kill up against the set. And it's still less than a 10,000 gold lead. Nexus towers are up. DCTR are not out of this one yet, by any means. To perfect KDA. Oh no. Yep, no perfect KDAs today. I mean, you gotta hand it to DCTR. A lot of people might have FF'd a game like this, but they're hanging in there and they're still realize, you know what? If we get the right fight off, there's a chance we can still win this one. FF15. Hey, I mean, technically we don't even have rules against FFing. You guys could do if you wanted. But Baron will be started off here. Narcissistic and Ready should be able to do this fairly quickly by themselves. And with that Baron pickup, it's going to be quite hard to clear these waves. Vink potentially out of position here. They're just waiting for the Bronchi to come back up. Slow coming out. Minions putting their help in. Vink's having to turn around. He will get the face breaker stun out, trying to put down the damage with the W. Dunk back, not enough. Lantern comes out, but not quite in time. Death Sentence hits onto Suffix, but won't really do anything. And with the one-man advantage, it looks like Solari will try and push into this base and finish the game. A lot of damage thrown down onto Ready. DCTR definitely not giving up on this fight just yet. The towers are slowly being forced. Oh, that Rocket did so much damage to Obsession. Right, he's bringing in the bottom wave while the rest of the team bring in the middle wave. They're being cleared out quite well. Ezreal ult doing a lot of damage. He's jumping in. Soleno has to use that. Zhonya's will flash away in the end. Meanwhile, Obsession is doing what he can, but he will fall on the bottom side. Punky goes down. It's just Vink and Dermat left in the 1v5 or 2v5, make that a 2v4, make that a 2v3. They're trying to turn it around as much as they can. Stun goes down. He can't quite use the facebreaker. He takes down Corki. Dermat jumping in. He's left in the 1v2 now. He takes one down. It's just Titus versus Dermat. Dermat's doing what he can, but so many minions. And Titus will pick up that kill and be able to end the game. A 2-0 for Solari. Not the cleanest set of games by far, but a win's a win. And he's just let the minions end. So yeah, I mean, seeing as we have you, may as well do like mini interview type thing, I guess. I don't know, just give us your thoughts on the series, on the games.
Uh, I think it was nice, but not first game because I was kind of vibing, and now my team was like focused really much on the game. Uh, then we lost one fight. We got really silent, and we were like scared to lose, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
But then somehow came back. Uh, and second game is just like typical game, I guess. We just like get our shit on. How would you say? And just play, you know.
Yep, got your shit together and just played the game, played it out. Um, and yeah, I mean, is there? I mean, you're a one of teams. Who would you say was the MVP overall of the series, if you're not allowed to
First
choose
game,
yourself?
first game, I think it was ready because like he was like at the right time at the uh, good position, I guess, and he got really fed, and then he just kind of 1v9 that game with Martin Lisk.
Yep,
Second game, I think it was Moritz or uh, it was Rice Suffix or
yep.
Narcissistic. Because the Braum roams like really helped the team, and Narcissistic did a lot of damage, I guess, and he won 1v2 lane, so
Yeah, it was. There was a lot of very important rooms and a lot of putting down the set in the top lane, which seemed to work out incredibly well. MVP votes. I mean, I should do the MVP actual votes. Just trying to be lazy and not have to, but sure, we'll do them. Here we go. So, Dita's ready. This narciss. Oh god, how do I spell narcissistic?
I like when you try to say my name right. It's right now not Titas, but Titas.
Titus.
Yeah. Lithuanians be like,
Yeah, I have the terrible memory as well, which doesn't help. I'll have forgotten it by next time. He's saying it wrong all over again. There you go, there's your MVP poll.
they're saying tit ass. Yeah. I have teeth, big tits, and ass, so it's my second user like nickname.
Ah, there we go. There's the true
Oh, look, now you can write my name in Twitch.
Oh,
Something new, I guess.
good narcissistic. Yeah, look, okay. We're not here to criticize my spelling atomic. Jeez, come on. Give me a break. Um, yeah, but we'll give a minute on the MVP polls. As you set up for this next game, we got Archean Ghost. Arc Ghost up against Noxian Crusade. Oh, Atomica, you'll be jumping on the cast soon. Soon or now? Do we want? Do you want to jump in for this game or no?
Hello.
Hello, welcome, welcome. We
Thank
should probably swap what it says on the casters, right? So it has everyone's names.
Biased caster in the house. Hello, hello.
Hello,
Emotion.
welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
There we go. And let's add it to the other one. No one saw anything
Oh.
happening on the screen. It's all fine. Did you watch those games, Atomica?
No, because I have just woken up from dying, so I'm very sorry. But I did see
I
the
see.
end. I caught the end, to be fair, and it
Yep.
was very well. It was almost nice to see DCTR in that 2v4, but then Titus popping off, I guess.
You just saw the suffering for top, I guess, but not the fun part.
Yeah.
Yes. Didn't see the first game.
Atomica sound bad. Oh no. What sounds bad? Yeah, tell me if I've
I'm
got
a robot.
the
Oh fuck. Give me a sec.
tell me if I've got the stuff right. You need to make
Just
the vote a draw. Okay, here I'll help. I haven't put a vote in yet. Well, we've
You
made it into a
just
pretty pattern.
team
but
gap.
Team gap.
team MVP. Is that allowed? Do we allow that? Yeah, I am the league. Sure, we allow that. Team MVP. Just overwrite everything.
We had that once for girl, where everyone got one vote. Because
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was only girl watching.
Freeway
And then the
MVP.
entire team got MVP.
Three-way MVP coming out. Anyway, yes. So Arcane Ghost against Noxian Crusade. Let me share so you guys can see what's going on. I'm assuming if you don't have the game ready, there we go. You should be able to see it now, hopefully.
Yeah, well, we can see it.
Perfect. I will jump straight to the game screen. Anyone want to run us through what they see from the two teams?
Phase Rush on Nunu looks pretty fun. That's I'm more used to I'm pretty sure it's
Wait,
Aftershock, isn't it? Or am I still robot? If I'm still robot, I know.
no. Just
I'm
no
fine,
one saw
okay.
anything. It's all fine.
Okay. Yeah, pretty defensive summoner spell coming out from Attack on Rat. He's gone for the barrier on the Morgana.
I mean,
It's
let's do a
pretty interesting.
quick run through of the
Does
champions.
go on then.
Okay, so top lane for side Noxian Crusade, we have Scion for Bombatus Ursinus, Tula in the jungle has Nunu, we got Attack on Rat playing Morgana, Fulminare playing the Vayne, and Sveno on support with Janna. Meanwhile, we look over to the side of Arc Ghost, we have Floopy on the Tarm Kench, Cyrex on the Kiana in jungle, Zero mid lane with Oriana, Cedric playing AD carry on Misfortune, and Bracca Boy in the support position with Amumu. And you know what?
Very
I'll
interesting.
let you keep talking about interesting things while we play.
Cyrex on the Kiana has gone for Conqueror, so it's going to be the more Bruiser build that he's opting for. Cedric has opted for Conqueror. Now, I'm not too sure why. In my opinion, Press the Attack is just much better. Or even Arcane Comet if you want to be a pain and slow. But against two tanks, Conqueror, I guess, can work. Just the extra adaptive damage and healing that you get from the rune page is quite good. But opting Cedric is, I would assume, quite a traditionalist because every game that I've seen, I think he's opted for the heal rather than changing it out for something like Cleanse or Exhaust. Especially if he does get caught out by the Vayne, Exhaust could be very useful rather than having to rely on the Amumu himself. But other than that, Floopy opting to go Flash TP rather than something like Ghost TP. I know you can sometimes take Ghost TP into the tank v tank matchup as Tom Kench, so that you can just run them down because you just obviously out damage them. But yeah, that's really all I see as on top of what I mentioned before, which like the phase rush Nunu to keep on top of people and the barrier on Morgana. So Morgana opting to give up a map pressure because has to time the bases correctly due to the lack of teleport over lane safety, which I guess is good because you don't want a Fed Oriana one shot in the vein even through Janna shield. So
Yeah, or a Fed Kiana especially.
yeah.
Two champions there that can be quite good with the ganks. That's actually an early Dark Binding going down onto 0, doing a lot of damage. Something else just to note, I suppose, in terms of normal buying items, we see pretty normal stuff across the board, but there is the corrupting pot abuse coming out from both Vombatus, Ursinus, and Arc Zero. To lure here, actually wanting to go for this extremely early gank,
Oh, that's
shows
wasted a lot of
himself.
time.
It's a very interesting start. Looks like he was going towards that mid lane. We'll just give up on that one. Puts him very far behind in his jungle clear. Bracker Boy
Oh,
goes in, putting quite a bit of damage down on Sfeno. Sfeno under 200 HP, that's 100 HP. Exhaust has gone down, he's taken incredibly low, will survive. But Bracker Boy, meanwhile, just taking so much damage from the minion wave. The exhaust will go down. Fulminari now turning it around onto Cedric to press the attack. But Conqueror is procced. It's such a close fight, and Cedric will pick up the kill. Sfeno will pick up the one in return. And what could have been an
Think
absolute disaster actually turns out kind of alright for Ark.
yeah, and the action never stops, does it? The tank v tank slapfest is happening in the top lane, but back on that bot lane play, finally it's over. I think that's pretty good for the side of Noxian Crusade. Even though the Vayne does die, she gets a kill out of it as well, and so does the Janna. Just the gold into the back pocket of this bot lane is really good. It's kind of reminiscent a little bit of Ardent Censor, where you just get a hyper carry and then buy or have a champ
Ooh.
that can Ardent Censor, and that's a good binding. Not binding, sorry, Bandage Toss, but never mind. It was interrupted
it's
by
another
the
kill.
That's another
yeah.
kill onto the Vayne, but Fulminari actually has the entire wave auto-attacking him here. If he has to back, that's a bit of a disaster with how much of this wave that he would miss. Because with no flash on Cedric, he should be fairly safe to stay in this lane.
I just saw that Sion went grass prune, so no Babu special, I guess, full lethality split push.
Yeah,
It's a good death, guys. It's a good death.
Yeah, so no good deaths today, I guess.
That's very sad. Well, there's a
Okay.
TP coming in
teleport
behind.
go out.
This
Cedric could be in a lot of trouble. Brackerboy is here to back him up, but bot lane being bullied right now.
Getting smacked.
yeah, that was a very good TP play from Vambata Ursinus. He's playing around the map. Floopy no response TP. I don't believe he had anywhere really to teleport to, and I don't really think it was worth it him trying to come in on this play, especially when the ghost spot lane had been caught so far up.
Unfortunate that Janna got the kill.
Quite, but closer to Ardent Censor or Moonstone Renewer or Shirelius, whatever the Janna opts to build.
And does have those
Keeping that
Moby
Vayne
boots
alive.
already. Interesting buy, of course. Kind of implies you're going to play more passively.
Yeah, you want the mobility, I guess, to dodge the Amumu bandage toss. So, I think it's a pretty decent pickup. I don't think it's. There's definitely, I think, better options in terms of just for the game, but for the lane, it's definitely a very, very good
But here's
pickup.
the biggest snowball ever coming in. Will not quite hit onto Brackerboy, who is still level 2 with the amount that Samumu has been bullied in this lane. Cerex is here just to back up his bot lane. But taking that extra XP away might not be the best thing. The other thing about the Janna, of course, is gets extra damage on her single target abilities and autos from her bonus move speed. So building Mobies does mean that in extended trades you do a significant portion less damage, but it means that your burst is a significant portion higher. And when I say a significant portion, I mean probably about like 10 damage.
Yeah, support. Dealing no damage, but it still scales for some reason.
I mean, if you build Swifties, Moby Boots are only doing like 3 damage more in the short trade and are doing a hell of a lot less in the longer trades.
Hmm.
Because each auto's doing like 5 or 6 less damage.
Oh, Terrelure potentially caught out here. That's a fantastic shockwave by Zero, though, and Terrelure caught out for doing the crab, for doing a jungler thing. He kind of got caught, but I guess his laners were not prepared to move. The wave
Condemn
state
into
wasn't
the
in their
wall.
favor. And Bracker Boy actually condemned into the wall, yeah,
Sarx is
thank you.
behind. There is no condemn on Fulminare right now, but maybe
Yeah.
they don't realize that Sark's trying to run away after getting exhausted. Looks like Zero and Cedric want to take this though. They're going very aggressively. Attack on Rat using the ultimate. Can't
Yeah,
Fluky coming in.
Cedric's going to get stunned. And Fulminari's actually going to play this fight extremely well. He's hardly touched,
oh
and there's
no.
a stun by Cyrex, but a fantastic supreme display of talent will pick up that vein. But the kill does go over to Floopy, and Floopy's potentially going to pick himself up another one. There's the flash forward. There's 2 kills onto the Tom Kench. That's not what you want to see if you want Von Bar to Cercinus. Floopy's going to try and run away, but I think he can definitely take this fight with the Tom Kench healing. He has no Devour, though, so he can't do anything. Attack on Rat, going to use that Dark Binding, cancel his recall to ensure Terrelure is fine. There, Floopy, this is a massive minion wave, as Brackerboy is only level 3. Oh, this is such a sad existence for the Amumu. Zero taking some plates from Barter Cercinus as well, also taking the plates in the top side, and I think Cyrex is going to go and try and cover that off. But, yeah.
TP to mid from Zero actually means he manages to push in a very large wave, pretty much all of which will be missed. Missed by the Morgana, that should make up any difference. Meanwhile, any difference that was accrued on the top side of the map should be made up by those 2 kills on the Tom Kench. Flash from Cyrex is...
Ooh, that's optimistic.
ambitious, yes. Really feeling himself there, maybe a little bit too much.
He got one really good supreme display of talent on, and now flashes forward to try and kill a Scion. Interesting to say the least. But, you know, if he fancied he could do it, then all the more power. He's confident enough to flash forward, despite being in this situation where his team is down 4 kills.
And the Drake finally started up about 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be much contest from Ghosts. They don't have their jungler on the bot side of the map. Instead, Cyrex is just going to take this opportunity now to invade the Nunu. And just try and set him, or try and catch up on camps, set him a little bit further behind. As Floopy finds an engage with the Abyssal Voyage. Don't know if it's still called that. And gets down a couple slaps on Von Bartus.
We can actually find out. It's Abyssal Dive
Abyssal Dive now.
You're no longer going on a voyage, just going on a dive.
Yeah, we missed a shockwave in the mid lane. Attack on Right is going to fall very low. Sveno is going to be made quite slow by the Orianna, but the Orianna is out of mana now, so he can't really do much, only provide auto attacks, and yet another route onto Cyrex. Cyrex is just going to get caught out a little bit too close.
Zero. Just finished that off. Meanwhile, fights across the map. Condemn doesn't actually hit Brackerboy into the wall, but doesn't need to. Shield coming out from the Janna means Fulminare will pick up that double kill. Oh no.
Yeah.
One goes to the Janna.
Oh.
Yeah.
Closer to the Ardent, or the Shirelias, or Moonstone, whichever one Sveno wants to pick up.
I wonder why the game thought we wanted to see 2 full health tanks auto attacking each other rather than the Orianna ulting and almost getting a kill mid. That's interesting. Maybe because there wasn't a kill.
Yeah, maybe. The game knew. They were like, what is this Orianna doing? We're going to show a tank fest in the top lane. No, interestingly as well, Attack on Rat didn't use the barrier. Sveno roamed up, used his shield on the Morgana when she got hit by the shockwave, which did mean that the barrier could be saved for another time.
Ooh, Sveno in trouble. Moby Boots are off, flashing forwards coming out, but Cyrex also being caught out in the jungle here. I'm not entirely sure. Somehow Sveno got away from that. I guess Condemn maybe from Fulminare?
Yeah, it must have been. And Sveno now is going to get picked up, but there's the shield and a fantastic exhaust. And there is the bandage toss as well. The heal coming in from Cedric, and it's the ultimate coming out from
Monsoon.
Janna. Nunu, not oh my lord, Nunu is gonna pick up the solo kill on the Kiana. There's the shockwave, but I'm not sure if Zero. Yeah, Zero has no items, no damage, and it's a triple kill going over to the Vayne. And
This Vayne is super fed. Holy.
yeah, I would be very surprised if this, from the side of Art Ghost, is just a let's just have fun with this game at this point, and we can just try and grab something in the next game.
Yep, I think they just look at this game and go, well, you know, we tried to make some plays and the plays went badly. Like they tried some 50% plays, lost some 50% plays, and then the game kind of just went continually the wrong way. And yeah, you just go, oh well, we'll try again next game. Ooh, Cyrix found an
Yeah.
attack on Rat. Oh dear. Stun, but doesn't go into the wall.
The barrier and Black Shield both used, and
Oh.
Cyrex is just going to take a bunch of damage. Low is going to pick up that kill. Zero going to run away, but you can't run away from a phase rush. Nunu is a little bit too fast, as Floopy is potentially going to catch out Sveno here. Fulminari is on the way. There's the Devour. I think the longer you keep the Janna in, the quicker she's going to get that shield back. There's the Airborne, the Abyssal Dive coming out from Floopy. Foster Flash,
Oh
but
my god, that last shot.
Jesus. That was a lot of damage. There's the make it rain to bullet time, but it's not going to be enough. The Tackle Rat is just going to walk out of it. There's the flash. The Dark Binding is going to connect.
Oh,
Cedric is actually going to tank up
no.
the turret. Oh no.
It's just this is a feel bad. I would be so tilted after this game. It's
Hey.
like you just know you're like it's one of those games. Sometimes these games happen. Oh, really nice
fantastic
shockwave.
Oh, this is a double kill waiting to happen. Oh. It's so nice to see that. Like, as much as I hate playing against Kiana, just witnessing her come up and press WQ and get a double kill is just somewhat satisfying.
I think it's just satisfying after all of these almost kills we've seen come out that have turned around into deaths. It's nice to see Ark get something. It
I guess
feels like
so.
they deserve more than they've made some good plays that have just not quite worked out.
Yeah, all the time Sveno is there, to be honest. I think that's kind of the key difference, is that every time they've tried to make a play, Sveno is there, shielding up and healing. And then also there's been times where Fulminari's exhaust has been up, and they haven't accounted for it, so they just get exhausted. And Nunu comes along and steals the red. Well, not even steals, but takes back what is rightfully his. Cyrix is now left in the 1v1, but the Dark Binding is going to hit from Attack on Rat, and that's another kill. Picked up from the side of Noxie and Crusade, and this is definitely a feels bad go next moment. And the person you feel sorry for most kind of is Floopy. He's not done much wrong on the Tom Gench top side, even TP'd and got a double kill.
Yeah,
But
he TP'd saved a losing play into a equal play, and oh dear.
And we see that Janna picked up first item Magi's.
very interesting, very confident Janna player. That's
I
I
guess
mean-
she's aiming to not dying this game, maybe?
Yep,
yeah.
only one death so far, 2 stacks ready on that Magi's. I mean, as it gets later and later, it should be harder and harder to kill this Janna. They don't really have a good way to get on top of her. Oh, Cedric actually just being sort of walked down by Bombatus here.
It's the solo bolo. Oh no, never mind. 1 HP. Yeah, it'll be interesting as well to see what Cedric picks up in terms of his mythic. Is he gonna opt for the Kraken Slayer, or is he just gonna go for? Okay, there we go. My
It is the
question has been
Kraken
answered.
Slayer. I think you have to when you're into like a Nunu and a Scion. Let's be
Then-
honest, the lifesteal's not going to do too much against this enemy team. I mean, it might do if the problem is the Vayne's really fed. The Vayne's gonna just sort of one-shot you.
Shred straight through it. Yeah. We saw Zero
Oh,
use the
Fulminari
full...
going in for this. Holy crap. How much did that third shot do? That looked like it did about 1,000 damage.
That's fair.
I think
I mean,
that
White
was
and
the
Wayne.
crit shot. I think it crit as well.
Yeah, that is two-shot Vayne. Two-item Vayne, as Titus said. It's just one-tapping anyone and
It's actually
everyone.
a lot
That's
of
the
damage arc turning it around. Tirolo
yeah,
tries to jump out.
that's actually quite a good collapse from Ghost there. Playing around the vision as Floopy misses the tongue lash. Yeah, but yeah, Terrell did try to flash out. It was a respectable attempt, trying to flash out on 1 HP, but the auto attack registered through and picks him up. And I think it was actually a Kraken Slayer proc that picked him up as well, which is makes it just a tiny bit worse as to how he died. But yeah, just the overextension. But you can definitely tell that Noxie and Crusade are playing with some confidence and some well, they've definitely got a bounce in their stride really in this game, and deservedly so really. It's Bracker Boy walking up, but he's not gonna find anything. The bandage toss is gonna miss though, but that's a great supreme display of talent. The shockwave just a little bit too late though, and the curse of the sad mummy is gonna come out, but Fulminare actually has no mana. There's the abyssal dive with the Amumu devoured, the biggest snowball ever.
Very low.
Yeah, but the monsoon is coming in. It's not going to be enough. There's no way he gets out on 1 HP. Oh, the Kiana Q just misses. The Dark Binding is going to hit onto Cedric, and it's just going all downhill for Ghost. Fulminare, no mana, but still cleans up the team fight, really.
A really close fight, to be honest. Only one out attack from killing Vayne.
And 10 Magi stacks now on the Janna. But yeah, definitely if they kill this Vayne, that's a lot of the gold on Noxian Crusade that goes to the Death Realm. And I say that as if there's a Mordekaiser in the game. They just kind of evaporates from their team, and it does make the team fights, I guess, a lot easier for Artghost, but it's easier said than done to go, oh, let's just kill the Vayne when she's 12-2, almost 3 items, and has a Janna constantly shielding her and protecting her. So
yeah, I'm not sure how that. I think Vol should have maybe here gone QSS. It sounds weird when you're this far ahead, but you think about it. What is the only way the Vayne actually dies here? The only way the Vayne dies is he gets locked into the like triple CC threat. With a QSS, there's no way that can ever happen.
Yeah, and as we say that, they just decide to engage forward, as Floopy is not going to take so much damage. Jeez, Lord above, as Cyrex is level 9 compared to Svena's level 11.
Oh, the Janna 1v1, but Cyrex is turning it around. Torilla is here to back up his support. Cyrex dodging around will get hit by the biggest snowball ever. Will go down in the end.
Yeah, nah. It's just looking like a clean sweep for Noxian Crusade, I think. Just, like I say, as if they've won the first game. Just winning the first game, it was a very, very dominant performance, and it will be interesting to see how the Artghost mental has held out throughout this game, because I know it's kind of rough to, especially in the first match, to get demolished like this, as Fulminare does get stunned up by the bandage toss. There's the curse of the sad money, as Cedric picks up the shutdown. Absolutely massive, as Floopy and both Bracker Boy fall to the Morgana and Janna, respectively. Two for one, but the most important thing is that the one...
Attack on Rat trolling a little bit?
I mean, they're so far ahead, he probably thinks that there's no way they can lose the game. But a big, big shutdown going into Cedric's back pocket. And the TPs are coming in.
They want to fight for this Drake. It's an Infernal. So, that's extra damage. The only way for you to really win this is burst out that Vayne. Infernal's going to help you with that quite a lot.
Yeah, Von Bart's is taking a lot of damage, but there's the... Oh,
nice shockwave. But the dragon's so much damage. Floopy teleporting in. Will just jump out.
6v5. I know, what is it? 4v3. 4v3. The dragon was employed by Noxian Crusade there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The frog has been caught.
It's a catfish.
He's a big frog.
He's a big catfish. And he's my catfish. Okay.
If he was a catfish, he'd be pretending to be a girl. But anyway, Baron started up here by Noxian Crusade. I mean, what I will say is, obviously, I think it's very likely this game is going to end in one way. But going into game 2, is there anything you think you'd like to see in terms of picks you wouldn't like to see come back?
Oh, from Noxie Crusade or from
But
Arc
from the
Ghost?
side of Ark, is there anything you think they should ban or anything you think they shouldn't pick
Janna.
again?
Janna.
Oh,
I
that's a
think
big combo, but it's not enough to kill for
Yeah.
Minare. Turning it around, Floopy will probably just fall again here.
yeah. They're trying their best. That's all you can ask. They're still
Hey, they've not
going
given
for
up.
these plays. Yeah. But yeah, definitely ban the Janna. I don't think the Vayne
Minare
is
is so
as...
low.
Oh yeah, and Cedric does pick up the kill. The tackle rat also falls very low, but Cedric is he's got to take Svenno with him, though.
There is only
So
2
another
seconds
victory.
on 0. The game's not actually over yet.
They can't do this, I don't think. They actually know they have
Attack on
Baron
Brad
Rush
is
super
so
minions.
low.
Oh, that's a good
Russian
stopwatch
Zero.
to deny the shockwave. Cyrex is just waiting, though. And it's the 2 tanks inside. They're leading them on a wild goose chase, I
But
think.
Floopy
Yeah.
is back up. Tower goes down. But can the Tarm Kench do enough damage to stop these 2 tanks from ending?
No.
It
Is
looks
the
like they'll
answer.
go to kill him instead. Did give Bracker Boy time to come back up, and Cedric will be soon. Floopy actually buying so much time.
Well, I mean, just what is this champion right now? Like, Tom Kench's in such a good spot right now. There's the bandage toss under the tower. There's Curse's Hand Mummy. The shutdown going over to the Misfortune. Scion is just going to look to play
Flash,
it around.
actually.
Oh, this is the rundown of the Scion. There's the flash. There's the flash bandage toss. But the Mercury's Treads and Hull Breaker is just
How
so
little-
strong. It is so much
Little
damage.
damage the Amumu W was doing. It was barely tickling the Scion. Svenno is here to back him up. They actually turn it around. Cedric knows he has to go onto Svenno first. Started
Can't
attacking
do
him,
anything.
but when you're in melee range of the Scion, it's just a bit too much. Oh, a nice combo into the wall, but Cyrus doesn't have the damage, the minions.
It's just so sad
Oh.
to see.
Fominori
What
here
the-
just going for the end. He's turning onto Floopy now. Condemn into the
Huge
wall.
damage by Vayne.
It's just one shot
Ooh.
in the just one shot in the
Will
supposed
they
tank.
finally end the game? And they will.
Yes.
Noxian Crusade picking up game 1 of the series against Arc Ghost. I mean, it's pretty kind of expected.
Yeah.
I think coming into this, you've got to expect Arc Ghost huge underdogs. Hopefully, their mental is still intact after game 1. We'll see how that they manage to do in game 2. I did put on the right game, didn't I? I think that was game 1.
I really hope so.
Yes, that was game 1.
Yep. Okay.
I'll load up
We will
game
see
2.
how Arc Ghost mental does, because this is definitely not a case of not like how do the players bounce back, like mechanically or in the game. It's definitely more of a did their mental stay strong during the let's not sugarcoat it here, the obliteration that just happened as Noxian Crusade definitely showing a bot lane kingdom really in
I
all
think
of their games.
Ark has the mental to come back and bounce back. And I think they just like forget this game, like what happened that happened, and just focus on next game.
Indeed. When those games happen, you just got to find a way to laugh through it, go on to the next game, continue. Continue what you're doing. So, I mean, you guys can see the next game that has been loaded up.
Okay, I will run through the teams very quickly. So a slight change up in draft for Arc Ghosts. Floopy on the Gnar. Tyrex has opted to go for the Jax. Zero on his Painted Diana. Cedric is on Vayne this time, and Brackaboy is on the Lulu. Bombartus Ursinus running it back with the Scion. Turelur keeping his supportive role going with the Jarvan. Attack on Rat is again on this Morgana. Fulminare on the Samira, and Sveno on the Nautilus. Very two interesting drafts, to say the least.
Yep.
Arc Ghost's definitely going for a bit more of a bruisery style. You know, you've got the Gnar, the Jax, both able to hold themselves in a team fight quite well. Stun up multiple targets. There's AoE stuns going to be quite hard for, I think, the composition of Noxian Crusade to deal with, especially with someone like a Samira in their team.
Yeah, also
But
Samira incredibly early game AD carry, and there's not very much damage on the side of Noxian Crusade.
all I'm going to say is that if Arc Ghosts win this game, it's a Vayne death. That's what I'm going to say.
In my opinion, it's Lulu diff because I think Lulu is such a broken support. She can 1v9 games of her like shields and polymorphs.
True. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I
did
mean, she
see
does need
Jada
her AD
basically do the
carry.
same.
She does need her
I, ju-
AD carry to position well, but yeah.
I just permaban that shit when I play bot.
I'm a permaban Swain man myself.
And Vayne Lulu is like very good, I guess, mid-late combat. You can win early game too, and it's like unstoppable.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting, like with the exhaust, when you add that to the polymorph timing, and you just consider basically how long you can make the enemy AD carry do nothing. It's kind of disgusting. But honestly, another interesting point to watch here will be the mid lane, because Zero, I believe, is pretty much a Diana one trick in terms of his mid lane.
Oh, the hook landing, though, by Sveno. And that's Hail of Blades Nautilus for you. The fast attack speed does get down double root very, very quickly, and that's a lot of damage onto this Arc Ghost spot lane. But they still managed to pick up 2 out of 3 of the first minions, and Sveno falling very low thanks to lack of tankiness from not running the Aftershock route.
A really
Yeah.
good trades by Vayne.
Yeah. If Sveno goes in now at the wrong time, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Like, at no point.
He's
Or
super
anything.
squishy early game, so
Oh,
okay.
there's a lot of damage on Cedric. The flash is forced out as well as the exhaust.
Super low.
It's a lot of summoners. There is still the Fulminari jumping in. Oh,
Oh.
In play.
and
And I
Harry.
think now Vayne can just go in and win.
uh,
Oh, never
but
mind.
No, never mind. It's
guessing
Hail
what
of
Nautilus
Blades.
damage.
Get a
Yeah,
guess
what
that
I
the
said.
The
Lulu diff.
E was not up on the Lulu when Cedric jumped in. He maybe just needed to wait an extra second for that shield. But yeah, Fulminari there not respecting his opponent's ability to press the heal button. Um,
Heal this.
really is a heal diff right there. I'm not sure if they realized he still had heal up, but I suppose luckily for him, both of the kills go onto the Lulu, or you could say unluckily, because it does mean that Lulu gets that extra CDR, which will make the bot lane a lot
Heals quicker.
stronger.
I don't remember when I saw Jack's jungle.
Season 8, Season 9.
Yeah.
Back when Spear of Shojin was an item.
It's
Rest in
actually
peace, Spear of Shojin.
a really interesting. I'm not sure when it was picked up in the draft, but it was one of the last things to be picked up. Really kind of smart because of how much damage is set to come out from auto attacks from the enemy team. The counter strike will provide a hell of a lot of value.
And as well,
They
just the leap in. Oh, sorry, Titus. Go on.
It's fine. I think mid lane right now is super diveable. No mana on Morgana, no spell shield. I think Jax just should roam mid and maybe try to dive or at least get Baron flash from that.
Yeah. And as well the
Oh,
Ooh,
oh
he missed
Cedric.
cannon, sad. IGCL when I miss cannon, so
But you can see not getting tilted by it, putting the cry laughing emote up.
I just every time I say just FF15 when I miss cannon, so mental isn't that huge for me.
Yeah,
mental boom.
you gotta know, directed camera loves to show people missing cannon. Don't know what it is.
It really outs you.
Ooh, Sarek's looking for a lane gank,
Oh,
but
There's a
there's a
that
ward.
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 There's
Okay,
And
oh
you can see
nice
the back off.
damage. Yeah, Lulu diff, Lulu diff.
I think that one was actually, they saw Cyrex there and Svenno had to immediately back off, couldn't go for the engage. So they were able to just pretty much trade some free damage down.
yeah. They do have the summoner spell difference though. Like Fulminari does have that exhaust. Svenno has the ignite. They could definitely win if they engage here. I really didn't see
They gotta do
like
the target selection quite well though.
yeah. It's
Ooh,
Fulminari
the
left.
damage.
Oh,
A nice W to stop the third proc.
very well played. So Fluppy is playing the ranged versus melee matchup as Zero forced to flash.
But nice
Uh,
sidestep means that he won't get knocked up.
Just me, or does he not have the ultimate skill?
Yeah, he
That's the
doesn't.
good. That must have been a misclick.
Yeah, it was a free double kill if he had ult there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Bracken Boy is actually going to
Oh,
get engaged upon. The exhaust is going to come down. The condemn just a little bit too late. Fulminari going to dash forward. The ignite on top of Cedric as
Oh,
well. A double kill for Fulminari as now the barrier comes out from attack on Rat. Zero is going to dash in, but he's going to be executed actually rather than the
it's
kill
really
going.
good.
yeah,
Fast back, calculated, I would say.
yeah. You could see he was starting to walk out from the tower and then he went, actually, you know what? I can turn this and it doesn't matter if I die.
Yeah, really helping out Cyrex as well, and good knowledge to know that it would be an execute. Not giving over any gold to the Morgana. Yeah, a very well executed dive from the
Ooh,
side of Arc Ghosters. That's a tilter.
you love to see it.
Not if you're Arc Ghosts.
You love to see people doing the psychological warfare though.
You're back, it's
Oh,
mine.
I'll tell you what, Zero should have blocked that Dark Binding.
It would have denied the cannon, right?
Would have made the cannon super awkward to pick up.
Yeah.
And when you're on full health, with double pots, why not, just make it awkward for your enemy to CS?
Yeah. Definitely see the Diana one trick coming out though. 64 CS at 8 minutes. City dropping what?
Yeah.
Not that much.
It's the thing with the
Almost at 10
Morgana
CS a
though.
minute.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's a lot
that's
of
a good
damage.
stun. Oh, and the condemn, fantastic W there by Fulminari to deny the condemn. Bombartus is now going to walk up. Fleepy. Oh, that must be getting really annoying for Bombartus now. Every time he charges up that Q, it's called Decimating Smash. Fleepy just leaps away.
Yep.
As Arc
Somewhat
goes
small.
now.
So Zero jumping in on Toralura will pull
Yeah,
him
they're
back.
actually they're gonna pick him up. No,
Holly
I'm
with
not
not
sure
quite
if.
enough.
Oh, and so
Dark
it's
Binding
gonna
miss.
dash. Oh, they're
They
actually gonna
don't
pick
get
it
the
up.
Lulu.
Oh, wait,
Oh, they're
what
gonna
happened?
walk
Okay, so
straight into attack on Rat here. Dark Binding goes into the face. Zero is
wait,
quite low.
Cyrix is very low. I was wondering why he was just trying to recall, but
Meanwhile, Fleepy with the jump in top. A cheeky hit. Oh, Svenno will not
not
actually
catch
find
him.
Zero. Zero incredibly low on mana there. That could have been important.
That's one where you type in "oh chat." I just shit myself. Just to annoy the enemy team more, while all chat is still active because it has recently been announced they're disabling all chat in match-made games now to try and combat toxicity in the game.
But
If anyone didn't see,
hmm,
which is an interesting choice to say the least, as Von Bartsersness is just getting poked down by this Gnar, ranged versus melee. How fun. Cyrix is going to activate the ultimate. He's going to dash in with the counter-strike. He's going to stun him up.
oh no, he hit the tower.
There is no way.
The tower out attacks. Wow.
Yeah. Toggle champions only is a mechanic for
Yeah.
this reason and this reason only. As Wild Growth is
Okay.
available for the Lulu. Not using it though. As the
Tried
final hour
to-
has come out. They are trying.
Lulu has ult. They can win this.
Cedric did have the flash.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think Cedric should have just flashed in there, trusted his support to ult him. Sometimes you gotta, go for the play.
Yeah, and even just communicate that the play is on to your support.
And if
But I
was
guess the
support, I'd
refillable
be shouting,
potions.
I have ult.
Yeah.
Assuming they can do what AD Gary can do what he wants. But meanwhile, top side of the map, Herald will be picking up. This is a lot of a closer game than the previous one was. Actually, the gold lead to Arc Ghost right now.
Interesting, and I think that this Ghost bot lane, despite being on the vein Lulu and it being as Titus said, a very strong combo, and you can definitely see that as in the early game where Vayne is meant to not have anything, they've managed to pick up a kill here or there. They're matching in kills with their bot lane counterparts. And as we say that, there's the ultimate from Sion. They're just going to CC up Floopy. He has no chance to get into Gnar form, and he's going to die. Good CC chain coming out from the side of Noxian Crusaders. Sveno, Cedric's got a flash, and he's going to really
There's
condemn
the
his
ults.
support.
There's
But the
4
Wild
here.
Group's coming in. And the stun's going to come on. That's a fantastic ultimate from Zero. It's going to pick them both up, and Cyrex is going to find himself the kill onto Fulminare as well, getting his Jax even further ahead. I guess it's kind of their win condition because...
And maybe
Ellen-
they even can get bot turret. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they dropped the Herald a
Yeah.
little bit early, but Jack's still very good at taking turrets. They might.
Yeah.
I guess they can try it.
No.
But it will be super close. Maybe.
They needed to save the heralds and use it, I think,
Further.
lower.
Yeah,
Oh,
they've
yeah.
got to pick up the plates though. That's a lot of gold into the back pocket of all of the members really, that benefited from that
Yeah, I'll
plating.
point out, there were actually wards down from Fulminary and Svenno, so they should have realised that they're in a 2v4 there, but they just stay forwards and both died. Ooh, Turler finds
Oh,
Brackaboy. Nice pick up
Sad.
for the Jarvan.
Yeah, a nice find. He's not going the tanked Jarvan build, or the more supportive one. He's definitely going the Gore Drinker Jarvan, which is really annoying and really oppressive in that Cataclysm 1v1. Or if he manages to like connect up with 3,
Oh.
you think you're gonna kill him. He's just gonna Gore Drinker as the Q is cancelled by Floopy thanks to that Gnar ultimate.
Interesting
Which is really-
defensive ignite actually used by Svenno. As Cyrex was running forwards, ignites him just to dissuade him from continuing. Had to know that there was no possible way to pick up a kill from the ignite there, unless Cyrex completely lost his mind.
So Cyrex gets ignited and is like, you know what? Not really feeling it. Just walks away.
It's like, I got the ignite, all good. See, this is basically how the top lane goes in this matchup. Floopy will just slowly farm grass stacks and yeah, not much else. But we get to watch it again and again. Oh, Floopy going in. Get some minions. Get some grass stacks.
Welcome
And-
to.
Welcome to Navi Sion.
It's so sad. But Van Barten's been doing a stellar job
Dragon
on this
is
weak
up.
side. Cyrex is going to
Oh.
get caught out by a lunge CC, but
Big
that's a
Dana
big
ults.
ultimate. 2,
Cataclysm
Hit and
catches
this-
3 inside. Fulminary's
Yeah, but
trying to
there's-
stack it up.
it's just...
Int
the stun-
instantly interrupted.
Cyrex is gonna run away. Floopy did TP in. Zero is also here. He's on full HP. There's a sign ultimate. Does get
But
stopped though.
Inferno triggers back off cooldown because Samira needed.
Yeah. Samira needed such a strong ability on a 3-second cooldown. As Floopy now is in the 1v1 against one bar to Cercinus, he's forced to flash over the wall. Sveno is very low as well. There's the dark bind in the root. So much is going on. Cyrex is looking to try and find a way in.
Zero
Zero's
jumping
gonna
back
go in. That's very
Will
interesting.
pick
He
up
is
the
gonna
kill
put down
onto
the
the Scion.
ignite, but Scion is gonna assist Fulminare. Fulminare 5-3 and 4 on this Samira, and it's looking worse.
If
for
not that
Whale.
Morgan abiding, Floopy should have flashed and ulted 4-man, I guess. And maybe they would turn this fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was trying to do that, but Perma CC, I guess.
Just couldn't move. By QSS. As now, Cyrex is going to look to try and pick up the scraps that
Stuns
Ark
turret.
couldn't get in the initial team fight. And he is... what is that healing? What is that?
Dark
He managed to pick up
binding.
Sveno. Yeah, just found his way onto Cedric, though. There's the exhaust from
Wild
Brackenboy.
growth almost off cooldown.
Yeah, this could be a
Few
big
seconds
turn.
more.
There's the shield, the dark
Oh,
binding
it's
is...
off now.
There is no way that TLH just dropped a flag on Cedric's head and it killed him.
Yikes. Close, but
Oh,
Zero picks
Zero.
up the shutdown.
He does have that ultimate as well, so he could have potentially gone to Fulminare, but Fulminare wisely backing away.
Yeah,
No.
I always found it weird, the Samira ult. What is the point of it having that cooldown? Because by the time you stacked it back up again,
It's off.
the cooldown's done, so why bother having one?
I mean, yeah, like you could also, I mean, that Hextech Pro about cancelling Fulminare's recall could potentially open up a dive opportunity here for
Juggle,
Zero. Does pick up the tower. Sveno's left in the 1v1. There's the ignite. The Q is not going to land, but there's the dash. Trying gonna use the ultimate. It doesn't go on cooldown, which is the major thing, despite the animation starting for Zero. But Fulminare picking up that kill, 7, 3, and 6, and I think that Abyssal Mask is helping quite a lot. The 15% extra damage for immobilization, which is just going to become a mythic item in preseason, is really helping this
They're
Samira.
not changing it to a mythic, are they? I thought they were just adding a new mythic.
No, they're adding a new mythic where if you CC, everyone
Yeah,
on
it
your team
sounds-
deals extra damage to everyone on the other team.
It sounds broken. Like, I think you might end up seeing people building that and Abyssal unless it's the same passive. Because imagine you
hope
just
so.
amp your entire team's damage practically by 30%.
I would hope so.
Ooh, Attack on Rat actually caught out by quite a lot there. Cedric trying to jump forwards, but the movable wind wall stopping that. Fulminare will also pick up the kill onto Lulu.
It's just, it's so sad. It's kind of like the early game has just moved. The early game from game 1 has just moved to the mid game of game 2, where everything that Arc Ghosts go for, they always escape with 1 HP. And it's so annoying to see for them that Noxie and Crusade keep on getting away with
he
it. And
jumps
that's the
into
dash
Fulminare.
for the ultimate.
It's a lot
Fulminare
of
definitely
damage.
wasn't expecting that. And the Ignite is going to
Ignite?
go down. Got to pick it up. That's a big shutdown into the pocket of the Diana. The Diana can definitely turn this. He just needs another QE. It's going to land onto Sveno. See what Zero can do with the extra. There's the dash into the backline. Oh, wow. Onto the backline, I say, as it's actually just a Terre Lure. Sveno now has to get...
Ooh, what? Where did he go?
The damage.
Where did he go? That's why I stopped. I was like, he just went from half HP to no HP.
I think that was a Vayne third hit along with a Diana burst at the same time.
Yeah, it was
That was disgustingly horrific.
nasty.
Very nasty. Yeah.
It's like Twitch.
Yeah. Also, what's interesting as well is that realistically, Noxie and Crusade don't have the best options to deal with the Diana. Like, yes, they have the Nautilus that can CC him down, or CC her down, but even then...
Oh!
Pick stiff.
Yeah.
That's
the Wayne draft.
Stiff. And Zero, not caught out there. Using that Hextech Pro Belt very well. It's going to get the extra damage down onto Fulminare, but Fulminare is going to pick up. Oh, that's a
beautiful
good
interrupt.
condemn. Can interrupt in the Inferno trigger, but Fulminare, I think, is the victor out of that. He did pick up the shutdown onto the Diana, but this Diana now has that Lich Bane and is moving on to the Nash's Tooth. This Diana's just, I think, gonna steamroll sooner rather than later, especially because this Samira was forced to go Lord Dominic's Regard second item. So, or opted
I
to
mean,
go Lord Dominic's, I should say, rather
Lord
than
Dom's
forced.
still really good item into people that are building health, and you can see 4 members have health items right now on the side of Arc Ghost.
Yeah.
Only the Vayne that will not be doing that bonus HP damage, or taking that bonus HP damage. Although, if you told me would I prefer the 2.5 item Samira or the 2 item Vayne on my team, I
Who would
think
you go for,
usually I'd
Gab?
go for the 2 item Vayne. That's a lot closer to the point where Vayne just is gonna overtake Samira.
Yeah. I mean, as well, Samira now has to be so careful with how she uses that W, that circular wind wall.
Cyrex forced to use the flash.
Yeah, oh, that's
Oh,
a
that's a
big
massive ult.
4-man ultimate. Jesus Christ, Zero. As a double kill for Cedric, he's going to find himself a triple kill as Cyrex picks up one. The zombie Scion form is just going to get CC'd up. Oh my lord, that was a great engage.
Those engages are just like huge.
Sorry guys, just going to have to go to the Coral League Twitch and just clip that.
Go, go
So
ahead.
we have the clip for when
If there's a hype video made at some point.
we can include it.
Sveno here actually caught out. I mean, Alec must have spotted him walking across. It looked like they realized he was there.
I think for Nox and Crusade it's like really hard to engage because they have so much CC and damage, and the Lul ult with Polymorph is just hard to engage.
Oh yeah.
The problem is they kind of want the enemy team to run into them. But
And maybe try to get picks.
the enemy team's sort of more than happy to run into them. Here we go again.
Another ult by Diana.
It's give the one trick the champ and they make an impact. It's kind of like why you ban or why one tricks
Give the one
realistically
trick
shouldn't
the
do well.
assassin. The
Yeah.
assassin champion, and then wonder why your AD carry isn't being
Doesn't
able
survive.
to 1v9 the game. Yeah, not too much Fobadari can really. I mean, I feel like at this point, he just shouldn't be. At this point, surely you just start picking up some MR because you're like, well, I'm gonna fucking die without it. I can't just rely on the fact I'm gonna be able to press exhaust in the 0.2 seconds. And even then, is that even gonna be enough?
Probably not.
Cyrex actually has a GA second item.
Oh Jesus.
Able. You know what? I like it. It's fucking ballsy. It's going, you know what? I could just jump in now. Doesn't matter if I die. I'll come back.
Yeah,
I could.
you may kill me once, but
You may kill me once, but if I get the wild growth knockup from it, it's worth.
yeah, they're all stood around waiting for the GA to end, like ready to CC the Jacks. Like you ain't going nowhere, bud. And
Pop.
then Lulu comes in like, "Hello, you are all in the air now."
There is a fight going on in bottom lane. They're trying to get Floopy.
I'm not sure what bullying the Gnar necessarily is gonna do because on the other side of the map, they're just
Yeah.
being annihilated.
I understand the point. Nav split pushing, you know, you want to try and get one of those barons away, try and get something in a place where the enemy team's weak. But unfortunately, because of how strong the enemy team is, they just
Yeah, they
kind of
Diana as well.
realize, yeah, the two big CC members are down there and went, you know what, let's just run forwards.
Yeah, Bombard Cessness is just getting absolutely machine gunned down because the Ginsu's Rage Blade is complete on Vayne. As much as I like to meme and say this game was a Vayne diff. Oh,
Cedric wanted to take the 1v1, but Fulminari actually winning that because of his portable wind wall.
yeah, lovely. As the
Zero
a little
trying
bit
to
too
take the hero
overconfident.
play.
At least Nautilus got the showdown.
Yeah.
Yes, Nautilus going to be able to build more tank stats with that.
He will go full AP now. Rabadon, first sight. Let's go.
I'm somewhat surprised the second pickup wasn't something like a Knight's Vow, just considering their entire team comp sort of hinges on keeping Samira alive. Would you not just build to keep Samira alive?
Yes. Surely, like that's got to be a game plan. You know, they have the tools as well to keep Samira alive. But
Wait, I just saw that it's Nautilus Hell of Blades. What?
Yeah.
welcome, welcome.
I-
That's what I saw. I was like, what?
Now, the thing is, normal Nautilus Auto, you can actually flash it. I don't know if you know know that, but you can flash it in the time that the root comes off from it. Hail of Blade stops that. Do I think it's a good rune? No. But in theory, you can lock them in the exact place the the dredge line comes out. So if you have another champion with CC, it's useful.
Yeah.
I don't know. In this matchup, I don't see how it's useful.
I mean,
I,
I
I,
think even at this stage, no, I mean, obviously with the benefit of hindsight, but realistically in this matchup, even Guardian is a better rune than the Hail of Blades option.
I was gonna say
Really?
maybe even electrocute, honestly, because just more damage at that point.
Us. Svedo just so scared, but just gonna get dashed on. Oh my lord.
He
It's just Diana damage at the end of the day.
he had an idea of what was coming, but still could not prevent it. Zero just
Zero just tanking up the
taking it all.
tower and two-shot it.
The Diana damage.
But like, I mean, it's a nearly full build Diana. What do you expect?
Yeah, level 16
It's
when that passive's up. Does a hell of a lot more damage. Brackle Boy a
uh,
little out of position.
yeah. At this stage, you're kind of expecting a Diana to do this. Now it's very much. You had that all moment when he got that 4-man engage, but now you're just kind of sat there going, well, this is what Diana does when she gets ahead or when she's entering the late game with a lead, and that's just completely steamrolls the game. And as well, it's not like if Noxie and Crusade pick off the Diana, it's fine because they still have a 6 and 2 Jax to deal with that's almost got 4 mail, and the ultimate as well makes him so tanky.
Then it's Vayne with Lola.
Yeah, there's just so much for Noxie and Crusade
Oh,
to try
they
and deal
find
with.
Lily.
Ooh, that was a needle in a haystack hook. The Cedric front lines,
Yeah.
where Fulminari is going to
Cedric
find
It
himself.
assassinated.
looks really good.
This is such a good team fight from Noxie and Crusade. They actually find all the members they need to. The Diana, the Lulu, and the Vayne. There is the GA coming out from Cyrex, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to save him as Fulminari picks up another kill thanks to that Inferno trigger. And they're going to try and run it down mid. I think, though, that it's probably a smarter call to look for the Baron instead. Like, set up the vision.
They do have 20
And
seconds till the Baron spawns. They could maybe just shove in mid, take a tower, then run Baron.
Or they want to take Inhib maybe.
Yeah,
Inhib turret, I guess.
Inhib's kind of hard just because of Zero, Cedric, Bracker Boy respawning. They could get the turret, but then they risk being turned on. So they'll just take that one turret and back off. Didn't think they had the burst to get the Baron in time. Sveno could be in trouble. It's not a tanky Nautilus. Floopy
Yeah.
just...
Missed his Q.
out of mana as well, but Floopy's just having a bit of a sad game
I
on this
think
now.
they can catch the Sign. Yeah.
Yes, they
throws him
can.
back to Cedric, and you know what? You go after a Nautilus, you catch a Scion. I'd say that's better. Oh,
Oh no. Maybe not when the rest of the team arrives. In the end, they don't catch anyone.
I was gonna say Diana just 1v1ing the Baron. Okay,
Welcome to Diana. But like, there's just so much. But like,
Oh,
what are you
jump
meant to
in.
do? There's so much damage, and the stun lock has come out from the side of our Ghost. Gonna pick up TLH, and this
Oh,
actually,
I'm not sure that exhaust was a good time to use it. Exhaust now down.
yeah, no,
Diana.
Diana's still. Oh no, actually,
okay.
CC locked as the Jax is also gonna go down. The Wild Growth forced to be used on the Vayne,
They
and
can
she's
catch
gonna
this
go down to
teleport.
triple. Yeah, full Minari on course for
They have
Now they
40
can open here
seconds.
for sure.
this is in Hib Tower. You've got to think for the side of Noxian Crusade. 3 members of Arc Ghosts are down. They're kind of throwing it at this point. They had the game in their hands. It's now they're throwing it. It's almost a repeat of. Actually, no, I can't say that in case people want to actually watch Worlds later on and they haven't seen it of what happened today. But still,
Oh no.
nonetheless, um, yeah, it's got to be an inhib tower here for, or maybe even an inhibitor for Noxian Crusade. But that's the best that they really realistically can get. They can't end the game. Respawn timers are not in their favor, and all attention now is on this Mountain Drake because it is sole point for Arc Ghost.
They backed off too quickly, and that gave the time for the re-engage. Fulminary thrown back.
Oh, what a catch!
Floopy. That was a big
Hero
catch.
engage.
Yeah,
Now
and this
Arkan
is it.
finish this for
Yeah,
sure.
Arc can end the game for sure. No Fulminare,
The damage.
just caught out, and the stun just before the transfer back to normal now. Sveno gonna fall as well. The respawn timers are too much, I think. TLH doesn't have the wave clear, and as well, even if he does try and wave clear, he's just gonna get killed.
Yeah, it's only one Nexus tower. They can definitely just tank that up and finish the game. Ignore the...
And
Pretty much
Zero as
ignore
well.
the Jarvan. First loss for... ooh,
Oh,
Lulu assassinated. Zero actually taking a lot of turret shots.
no,
Don't know
it's
why I'm pretending to be like...
GG.
yeah, as if it's gonna like change the game.
Actually, if Zero had gone down to tower shots,
Oh,
maybe...
Samira is toxic, saying
Oh,
if you end Virgin, so
nothing wrong with that.
And this Virgin.
I guess Ark is just virgins.
Yeah, that's a shame. Not like there's anything wrong with that, you know.
Oh well. But that is Archean Ghost giving Noxian Crusade their first loss. And Noxian Crusade, well, giving Noxian Crusade their first game dropped. And that is Noxian Crusade dropping their first game. Although, there is news in that Arc Ghost are dropping out of the league. Which is, of course, very unfortunate. We love to keep teams in as much as possible, but couldn't find a way to help them stay in.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't. I mean, we weren't really
Happens.
given much choice to help, but we, yeah, couldn't find a way to keep them in, so they will drop out. What that will mean is that, considering this is actually their only point
Win.
picked up, every team will be considered as winning against them, but the teams that did actually get to play them and win will have priority over Noxian Crusade if they end up on the same amount of points, because they would have had those extra points had Arc Ghost still been in the league. And that's the fairest way we could basically think to pull them out.
In simpleton terms, basically, Arc Ghosts are dropping out, so everyone is. Did we decide it was draw, or did we decide it was win?
Win.
It was. Was it win?
Win, but
Thought
the
it was
teams who have
draw.
already played them
Get priority. So if you
which is only
say
one team, so actually Solari, I think, was the team that beat them.
Was it Inferno? Well, let me check
Or
the
was it
schedule.
Inferno?
Let me check the schedule.
Yeah, let's make sure we get this right. The team that did beat Cataclysm, not Cataclysm, Ghost, my brain, will get priority in terms of seeding over
It was
Noxian Crusade.
Inferno.
Yeah, so if Inferno and Noxian Crusade end up on the same amount of points at the end of the season, Inferno will be highest seed. That's basically the fairest way we could think to do it, considering we have literally two teams that have played against them and one's won and one's drawn,
Right.
and we have no way of knowing how they're going to do against every other team in the league, because let's be honest, that's not enough games to make a judgment. Yeah. So although it comes up as a draw, it will be counted as a win. In terms of points. Yeah. What does that mean for the point totals? I don't know.
I don't know
I
either.
gotta work out for a while. I gotta add all these wins in and add it all up, and we'll see where that puts the scores. Noxian Crusades wins. Yeah, basically. It's gonna be counted as a Noxian Crusade win, but
You want me to put it in as a Noxian Crusade 2-0 then?
yeah, that's what we'll do.
Okay, I'll put that in now. Oh no, never mind. I'm not logged in.
Yeah, don't worry. I can go and do it all after the stream's done and update the roster spreadsheet.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna look like Noxian Crusade haven't lost yet, but there we go. Anyway,
They lost,
But
but
they
they
haven't.
didn't.
they lost, but it was discounted.
Unfortunately. Therefore, Arc Ghosts, just when they start like a winning way, it was
They leave.
yeah,
Sad moments.
very.
Okay, so thank you for guys having me. I have
No
to
worries.
go, unfortunately.
No worries.
Thanks for
Maybe
coming.
I will be in chat to hype up
Yeah.
the last word.
Yeah, we got
Thank you.
Coordination Intellect versus TLH. Should be a good one. I
Yeah, you
actually
should.
don't know.
I don't know how this is gonna go. But yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you,
joining
guys.
us, Titus.
No
Thank you.
problem. Maybe someday I will be a caster, you know.
Yeah. Happy to have you. Come
Yeah.
whenever you want.
Just drop us a message and
Okay,
we'll
good
get
luck,
you on.
guys.
Thank
See
you
ya.
very much.
Thanks. See ya.
See ya.
Okay. Oh my god, how is me not like just doing the casting? Suddenly my Discord's exploded with stuff everywhere. Anyway. So, what does this all mean for the standings? I think if we add to the standings now, it basically puts Solari in first,
Was it?
Noxian Crusade in second, QN Inferno in third, and the rest of the standings are all the same. Yes,
Oh wait, let me. Alright.
because
Yeah.
essentially Solari and Nox both picked up a like. Our standings not updated yet. No, we do them after the stream. Come on, yeah, give us a chance. Anyway, Coordination
Don't worry,
Intellect
I will.
versus TLH. What do we know about these two teams so far in how much
Yes.
they've played? TLH, they've played 2 games. They've won 1, lost 1. Hard to judge how they're going to do. I can't remember who they won against, who they lost against. Coordination Intellect yet to pick up a game. So
Did they lose against Fuji Assassins? Was it?
maybe.
Let me check. Let me check that loss. They lost to Just End 2-0.
Ah. Yeah, we have a very weird table coming out from River. It's never normal in River.
River
always...
is just fun.
River's fun. We have 3 teams on 7 points right now, after 3 games.
Yes.
And yeah. And guys in real life, well, yeah, have 4 games on 7 points, but yeah, close enough. And 2 more teams that could be within touching distance of them after another game. And it's all still to play for that 4th spot going into playoffs. TLH could get a significant jump up on the rest of their opponents here if they do manage to pull a win out. Coordination Intellect could save their hopes by getting a win. Currently, the most points they could score is 9, which, still puts them in the running. If it's a full loss, if it's a full loss, the most they could score is 6, and then
Means that they're out.
they would be out because they'd be tied with TLH. which they'd
But
lose the head-to-head to. So, very important here that Coordination Intellect, to keep their playoff hopes alive, can pick up at least one game.
yeah, but let's be fair. Let's celebrate Coordination Intellect. Despite losing every game so far, they're still here. They're still having a crack. They're still going for it. And,
Yeah, and we love the teams that,
yeah,
they
that
stick in
do
it.
that.
And you see them
And-
slowly improving, which is the best thing, honestly.
Yeah, you can definitely see as well that the new addition, Lee, but it's Lee with the Enigma sign, which is really weird to do. I definitely think is a good addition for them in the jungle. From what I've seen against LPM, he definitely seemed a little bit more proactive and provides a little bit of a deeper champion pool than what the GOAT could offer, I think. Like in terms of what the meta asks for right now. So
Yep.
it's just unfortunate for the GOAT that the meta doesn't suit him right now. But we'll see what has been drafted and what happened and everything, as I'm struggling to find what stream. Okay.
Yeah, I have to restart it every time. For every single game. It's somewhat annoying. Anyway, we'll go straight towards this game. Hopefully, it should be this one.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Got
I
TLH
believe
on the
this
right,
is game one.
correct side. Perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep, so quick rundown of the champions. QNI on the left side. Aaron has Aatrox in the top lane. Lee is playing Gabblit in the jungle. Kakashi is Annie mid. Bacon has the Jinx, AD carry, and Salty Snorlax playing Leona support. Whereas on the side of TLH we have a Mordekaiser in the top lane. Martinda has Nocturne, a champion I don't think he too often gets. No, a champion he's often forced onto. That's what it is. Revka has his Nico mid. We have Redamancy as the AD carry on Varus, and Demi is playing support on the Nami. I think it was just the Nunu ban. Yeah, I think so, because I think usually, we've ended up seeing a lot of Nunu Nocturne bans. But that wasn't happening today. Anyway, I am going to press play, and I'm going to leave you to quickly do the first couple of minutes of casting.
Okay.
Good luck.
No,
Go.
thank you, because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna spend the first 5 minutes talking about my insatiable love for Aatrox. That's what I'm gonna do. I love the champion so much, and seeing Aaron give him a go in CoraL makes me a happy boy. Makes me a very, very explicitly happy boy. I just love everything about Aatrox. Yeah, okay, his kit may be a little bit overloaded with healing, but still. Oh, I hear people dying in my house, but it's okay. Yeah, I just love everything about Aatrox. And Aaron, if you're in the chat, you can have my kids for playing Aatrox. But still, nonetheless, I will run through the teams now and start being serious. Aaron, Aatrox, very good champ, as we know. Lee on the Jarvan, so definitely a lot more of a. I always believe that Jarvan is more of a supportive jungler rather than an actual carry jungler. Has that cataclysm to keep people locked down, especially for this Jinx. Got the Conqueror as well, so he's definitely looking to opt towards the Gore Drinker build rather than the tanky Jarvan build, where you like rush gargoyles and you go Sunfire and all that, just to be a real nuisance in that Cataclysm 1v1 or 1v whatever. But Gore Drinker obviously does have its perks. Kakashi has gone for TP and Arcane Comet on the Annie. Highly interesting decision, as I do know a lot of Annies do opt to take the Ignite Electrocute, the insane amount of burst, and also the extra damage that you get and CDR on your ultimate from the domination tree tends to be quite a lot, as there is a trade in the top lane, and Aaron does win on that one despite the double Doran shield from both the top laners. Bacon is on the Jinx and has taken the Conqueror, a very good option. Conqueror, you don't really need the attack speed of Lethal Tempo on Jinx because of the minigun form when you inevitably go to it when it's like down to one or two people and they're not close together in the team fight if you ever get to that point. Salty Snorlax, Aftershock, Ignite, and that's a good trade. as Aaron loses the level 2, or loses the race to level 2, forced to flash away. And Gwen Sucks now is going to be a very happy boy in that lane on that Mordekaiser. He's just going to be able to bully out Aaron, especially if he walks up a little bit too far and just gets E'd in. He has no flash. His E, I believe he does have his E, but still a very long cooldown and just a short dash range. And as we see there, the E from Mordekaiser is going to land. But it's a very basic Leona build. Not much to talk about. Gwen Sucks on the Mordekaiser. Are you back, Gab?
I am back.
Oh, welcome back.
Doesn't look
I was
like
just
too much.
I was doing a small rundown of the team and the runes. Gwen Sucks
Nice.
a very normal Mordekaiser build, Conqueror, TP Flash, Martinda as well. Again, I know that some Noxons like to go Electrocute for a little bit of burst damage, but Conqueror for these extended team fights, quite good. Revka gonna go the Electrocute, very well versed Nico rune, as there's the E from AA onto Aaron. Aaron may actually fall her first blood. No, he's gonna walk away thanks to the healing. Redomancy lethal tempo on the Varus. Thank you. Another believer in like the Kraken Slayer Immortal Shield Bow instead of the lethality Varus. Also opting for the cleanse to deal with that Leona. And Damien Mandua is on the Nami without Electrocute though. Is on that Summon Airy build. Yeah, there's a quick rundown after my 5 minutes of declaring my love for Aaron and why he chose Aatrox.
I see. What? Why was?
Yeah.
Did you ask him to? Is that what happened? Ooh,
No,
Kakashi
no,
forced the
I
flash.
just, I just love Aatrox as a champion.
He's like what Riven should be as a champion. That's how I see
Yeah,
it.
exactly. But still, imagine like
You
having
and
the
I forced
balls
to
and
walk
going,
away.
oh,
Barbel, Bacon in a bit of trouble. Heal does
yeah,
come out.
balls to burn. Heal a very good extended fight for the side of TLH. Did burn quite a lot of summoner spells, but summoner spells on both sides were burnt. So. But realistically, I think TLH got a lot more out of that. The wave states are a lot more in their favor. They can push and get resets, whereas QNI are forced to stay and try and clear up these waves for XP. Like Aaron, unfortunately, is getting bullied in this matchup. Please don't die, no.
Flash comes out.
No bias in this cast. Quite sucks flashes forward, almost gets that kill. But Aaron forced to back off, or should be forced to back off. The passive healing is not going to be enough with D Shield. You're just going to get bonked under tower. Realistically,
Oh,
yeah. All the bonk misses. I
very
should
important. You
not
should
call it.
back after this wave. Take the chance. Will do.
Yeah.
Something I
Just
will
TP back in.
say, Annie here. Kakashi on the Annie. Clearly a connoisseur of Annie, knows the best Annie skin.
The
Of
best
course.
Annie skin is Super Galaxy Annie. I will have
No,
no
how?
slander. I will have no slander.
It's clearly Red Riding Annie. How could it be anything else? And just walking away from this one. See, skipping away. Off to see her grandmother. Ooh, flash from Revka, jumping in. It's a lot of damage.
It's a
First
kill.
blood. And
Yeah.
isn't Revka practically a Nico one trick?
Yes.
Yes. Interesting that teams leave Nico open for him. I've noticed a lot of teams do that. Or have done that. There we go. Ooh, Death Realm actually used there. The fight is coming out. It's interesting how we watch it on spectator.
Oh. Yeah, they both just go like hollow, which is really weird. But the bonk and heal from the W coming out from Mordekaiser will be enough to pick him up the kill. I'm not gonna lie, and this is not biased. This is just a genuine opinion. Mordekaiser Q damage. Okay, he does have. Would it be 4 points right now into it? Most likely. The isolated obliterate damage is just way too much. It is way too oppressive.
He'd have 3
It's
points in it right now, wouldn't he? Oh no, 4. Yeah, 4.
yeah, 4. So it even though yes, Aaron was never going to win that, even with the lifesteal. I think that the damage from Mordekaiser obliterate, even on anyone, is just way too strong.
Honestly, I just
I
think
think that
the
dealt
hitbox is
300.
super dodgy for how much damage it does. Because it's
Yeah.
not like an ability that does.
Like, I understand the Karthus Q because, it's a lot more skill based. But when you have something like Obliterate, which is kind of hard to dodge, and as well, like as you said, has a dodgy hitbox, or as the Nocturne
Ooh,
Unstoppable comes in, but there's the Flag and Trap, but it's not under the tower. The stun
I
is going to come in.
think Tip has missed.
I, I think what happened was Tibbers didn't miss. Just Kakashi used the stun proc on the Q because it hit first rather than the Tibbers, which is a really funky Annie mechanic. Like 340 damage on an isolated target is, in the early stages of the game, just way too much.
I mean, that's a level 1 ultimate, pretty much. Um, yeah, they have
Yeah,
been slowly buffing Mordekaiser as well, just, giving him stats. He's one of these champions that's becoming a bit of a stat-stick champion, kind of like Garen is. He, you know what? Actually, Mordekaiser, I'm confident just calling Mordekaiser AP Garen. That is basically what he is.
yeah.
He's
It's
quite one-dimensional in how he plays. And,
it's just kind of annoying as well
oh,
that he's becoming stat tick and they're like slowly buffing his stats, but then when he ultimates, he steals your stats. Like,
yeah. Oh,
how
Aaron
unfair is
maybe can pick this one up.
Oh yes, the Aatrox solo kill, definitely solo. Um,
Double buff transfer complete.
yeah,
Lee there with the tactical int to give his double buffs over to his top laner to help him out in the matchup. And of
yeah,
course, a kill with an assist attached is worth more than just one kill, so more gold gained overall for the side of QNI.
yeah. I think honestly though, like if you're looking at it from a point of view for TLH, it's just Gwen
Bacon.
sucks overstepping there, being a little bit cheeky as Redomancy, Davey, and Martinder both all get a decent chunk of damage down onto Bacon.
I think Snorlax was
And
only saved there because Demi wasn't level 6.
yeah, there's
Ooh,
the Flash Zenith Blade, but forcing out the Flash from the Nocturne, and that's a good trade if you are on the side of QNI. Get the Jungler Flash for
There's the ult
oh
back in.
yeah,
Martinder's
oh,
here.
yeah, no,
Not
Martinder ain't
Martinder.
no, it's Revka as well.
Rivka
Both
as
of
well.
them were there.
Faded by the fact the name swaps as well. God
They,
damn.
they they need to fix that
They were both
incline
there.
spectator bug. But still, yeah, both of them were there. Kakashi is waiting with the stun, but without the electrocute, just so little damage
W actually
coming
missed
out
Revka there. He was just outside of the cone
the
of
cone.
damage.
Yeah, and there's
And that
the
does actually make a difference.
oh the Jinx rocket. Oh, it just about misses. I had to look at that from the mini map there because directed camera doesn't like it.
Oh, you knew it was gonna miss because, director camera didn't swing us there.
It didn't blink us there and then back to top lane.
Thanks, directed camera. Aaron trying to use this red buff here to help top his health up. Get some
Yeah,
nice
it's
trades down.
just so sad to play this matchup from Aatrox's point of view. Like you can't even walk up and farm because of the obliterate damage. You just have to wait for wave and hope that his Q also hits a minion. As the TP is coming in, it is looking like it's going to be from Kakashi. They don't really have much in. Oh, there's the Death Realm. You never try and gank on Mordekaiser. There's the Flash Q just deals so much damage, and now Gwen Sucks is just gonna stat check. Kakashi can stun and can get away. Gonna dodge the E. Very well played there. But Gwen Sucks turning it around
Ooh.
thanks to the Death Realm. QNI have set up a Death Bush here. And there's the stun. So much damage going down. The E to dodge the bubble from Salty Snorlax. Very well played. It's going to connect onto Damien, but it's not going to be enough. Bacon now is going to get absolutely
Turnaround.
rinsed. The fantastic turnaround from Varus. Just the damage from attack speed Varus is not enough. As Snorlax picks up a solo kill in the ball, and he could potentially look for more onto Damien, but the Nami healing he recognizes and just backs away. A good idea, I think, from QNI, but it's
That
an
wave.
unfortunate execute.
Good for TLH, actually. I think that's pushing in.
Yeah, because I think their cannon fell first, so it is going to stick to where it is.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Don't
Damien
know if
broke it.
Demi hit it a bit or if it was just because their wave was grabbing first, but Yeah, so overall better for QNI, I think. Mid lane turret will fall though. Oh,
Oh, that's unlucky from Kakashi. Just only slightly missing the stun radius, I think, there. But you could definitely see it coming in as the Obliterate. Gwensock's almost using the Aatrox W against him there with the Obliterate. But it won't connect, and that's a decent chunk of damage onto this Mordekaiser. However, the Mordekaiser does have that Bramble Vest already. So less healing for this Aatrox. He's going to get pulled in and queued. And it's
oh,
so
there's a
annoying. I know
paranoia.
yeah, Kakashi has been caught out. Redomancy's going to pick up the kill. I think thanks to a W enhanced piercing arrow. There. And just another kill going over to TLH as they adopt a 5k gold lead. The Nami ultimate is going to come in. It's actually going to pick up
Uh,
Bacon. Oh, Damie, that was a
Ambitious flash.
yes.
Some
That's
nice
Aaron.
reads.
That's
Aaron doing the trades that he can do.
yeah, performing very well in these trades actually. But my only problem is when it comes to the mid to late game. Realistically, as Aatrox, how do you play this? Because you're just going to get kited by a Varus.
You rely on winning the 1v1 eventually against this Mordekaiser, which, yes, that'll take a while to get to, but he should be able to get there eventually.
Yeah, it's at some point, hopefully, for QNI's sake. But TLH do have a bit of a stranglehold on this game. The Nocturne has gone for the Gore Drinker completed, which I have just found out, thanks to my trusty pal Instagram, is going to get nerfed next patch.
Well,
So thank God for that.
what's getting nerfed next match? I blanked for a
Gore
second.
Drinker.
Oh,
Finally, honestly,
I
after
told
seeing
someone I bet
Blabber,
it's the only reason they've not nerfed it yet is because they wanted different worlds
it's a new
meta.
world.
It's like,
But
yeah,
then
okay, that pretty much confirms it, doesn't it? Because there was
yeah,
literally no changes right up until now. But
let's have a look. See.
TLH with the fumble. Double kill to the Jinx. Very important getting this Jinx fed. Although she is going to have to try and survive into
Oh.
a Nocturne.
So I'm not sure if you maybe if you want to confirm this by hovering over Gore Drinker as an item, but I've just found out that the Spite passive is going to be removed, and also the base health regen is removed.
Yeah, the Spite passive is disgusting.
Reducing the amount of damage players do on low health. In its place, the item will receive 8% Omnivamp, so there is a sustain element. The biggest change is coming to the Thirsting Slash active. Instead of doing 100% total AD damage, it now scales purely off base AD. Oh, so it deals 175% base AD rather than 100% AD.
Wait, 175 base AD?
175% base AD. So
Hmm.
they're completely gutting the item.
Wait, is that... But how much base AD do you have compared to how much AD you've actually built?
So it'll be like going from...
Do you
So normally
build...
base AD is like 70, isn't it?
Yeah, but it
Or
goes
is
up
it?
every
Or
level.
it goes stacks, doesn't it? Let's have a look. See, so let's just take Nocturne as the example because he's the one
Do we want to
built.
just judge on a champion in this game? Oh, but there is actually an engage coming out bot lane.
Yeah, as Damie is going to get collapsed on and going to die to the Annie. Getting gold into this mid lane and trying to get Kakashi back in the game, I think, is quite a good option for QNI. However, it would be better if the gold was on the Jinx. But not necessarily a bad option as AA run. A little bit of a late ultimate there. Isn't going to hit anything, but, you know, the late ultimate forced to flash away after the end of the Death Realm. And you can just tell Grievous Wounds is... Without Gore Drinker, Aatrox against Grievous Wounds is just not a champion.
So,
Which...
obviously, he's not finished his item yet, but Aatrox has 86 base AD right now. So he'd get around 60 from the new version.
But that's
But
the Thirsting Slash active that will deal damage. So it won't deal, like... It will deal hardly any
but
damage.
he would have got 45 extra previously.
So they're buffing it early. As Aaron actually gets a shutdown there, we didn't see that coming.
They're buffing it with the tankier builds, which is weirdly what most bruisers build anyway. they end up getting like maybe what 100 bonus AD, and then because they just
If we
build uh thingy
so
Sterax and then they stop
yeah.
and they just build tanks, so the damage
Wait,
isn't
what?
really changing. But then you never really built it for the damage anyway. It was always the heal.
We'll take Aatrox. Let me get his level 18. At level 18, Aatrox has a base AD of 145. So 175% of 145 is 253 damage. So which but it's like 253.75. So I
Basically,
assume it does
110.
more.
Does he build 110 bonus AD? Yeah, it's about that probably. So it's basically the same.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess the big nerf is that.
It's the
What's the...
removing the spite passive is pretty big.
Yeah.
Um,
Means that champs like Olaf just don't gain anything from it.
well, I mean, it's still going to be ridiculously strong, but
Yeah. Does it still have that restore 25% plus 10%
we
miss
should talk about the
HP?
team fight. So many people going down. TLH actually hard winning this team fight. They've taken 4 down already. It's just like...
Yeah, I mean, it's the team fight that TLH are just throwing the wallet at QNI right now. You just saw Redomancy, I mean, with that passive. Oh, okay, never mind. Damie's going to get picked up by the plucky Jinx rocket there.
The
But,
Mega Inferno Death Rocket or Super Mega Death Rocket. I
yeah,
think I
Super Mega
combined
Death
it
Rocket,
with
that's it.
Zig's ult a bit there.
Yeah.
That's the Mega Inferno bomb.
Yes, we have a Zinx in bot lane.
Why is this OP? Swain Trundle bot.
I would
Somebody's
never
right.
know because Swain doesn't touch my games because scum champ, not gonna lie.
Oh, well, it's because of the slows you see that Trundle provides just allows Swain to stick onto his opponents, pull them in, do so much damage. I actually have a Swain something bot lane that I'm not going to reveal because it's our super secret pick that I think is fucking broken because every time we play it, we just smash the bot lane. But, yeah, Swain Trundle bot lane because you provide AD, it's an AD plus AP threat. Trundle provides so much CC that the Swain can play off of. And it's a fairly tanky bot lane as well, not something that's too easy to punish. So very, very strong. The one thing I will say is you are stacking a lot of heals with that bot lane. Which, not always the best thing to do. Looks like we're going to have a really big fight around this Dragon Paranoia pelt. They're already going in. Roka jumping all the way in. That's one down already. Martinda will be picked up
Ooh.
in reserve. Lee trying to get out. Gwensucks is 1v1ing Aaron. Aaron stays alive a little bit longer. Kashi has the stun up, but Gwensucks is just so strong right now. Is
Yeah, that
stunned
Rift
up.
Maker in the that Rift Maker on the front line, and also
Ooh,
if you notice,
Bacon
the
though.
potentially could do something.
Didn't look like he should have got pulled in by that, but gets pulled in and killed in the end. Gwensucks, I might actually
Yeah,
just go down to Tibbers. It does pick up the kill. He will fall in the end as well.
now angry Tibbers. Yeah, Redomancy in the back line there. I'm going to put a little bit of respect on the AD carry there. Didn't look like you saw how fast the Varus was getting out of those auto attacks.
Yeah.
Just the passive and everything, and as well the Riftmaker Omnivamp allowing Gwensucks to become an issue. It's like, but there was also a slight bit of miscommunication there, as Gwensucks did Death Realm Aaron, and Revka actually like Hextech Proto belted in to try and stun both. I think it was Kakashi or Salty Snorlax and Aaron, and then he just got Death Realm, so he didn't get stunned, which
Yep.
is unfortunate.
But TLH still winning the team fight overall. Don't know if there was bounties picked up in return.
There would have been a bounty on Gwensucks, right?
Yeah,
On Mordekaiser.
Bacon has gone rapid fire, which
An interesting choice.
I get he doesn't want to go. He's struggling to get close enough to deal damage, so maybe he doesn't want to build the Runans. But I can't help but feel it's not going to be the best. Ooh, Death Realm yet again.
Yeah, there's no escape. The Gore Drinker synchronizing with the Aatrox ultimate quite well,
Oh,
and Salty Snorlax. Oh no, never mind. The flash obliterate
oh, the
is so
pull
much
back.
damage. Just so much damage from this Mordekaiser. And yeah, I mean, Mordekaiser kind of taking over the game right now. Just a little bit too tanky. Aaron can't do anything to deal with it. Jinx hasn't reached the point yet where she has. I think, honestly, rather than a rapid fire, Bacon should be looking at building a Phantom Dancer, just so like she can, the Jinx can ghost through the minions
Oh, that's not a bad
and
shout.
kite better, really. Especially in these kind of because a lot of skirmishes are happening in the lane, or a lot of fights are happening in the lane, and having that ability to ghost and also the extra movement speed to kite around this Mordekaiser and the synergy with the hyper passive as well is so strong, I think. But Baron picked up for TLH, and you do have to say with a 10k gold lead and the Baron, the Red Bull Baron power play.
No, we're not sponsored by Red Bull. Let's not give them.
Sorry,
If they
sorry.
sponsor
Oh,
us, we'll give them. We we
well.
need to choose
We
stupid
will
stuff.
we'll take it to the Greg's analyst desk.
The Greg, yes, we'll make it aggressively British. The Greg's analyst desk.
Greg's analyst desk. It's a British brand. BHS Baron power play.
The PHS Baron. Oh
We
my
have the
god.
HSBC gold diff.
Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Oh
That
my
would be
lord.
great, actually. Oh, we did actually have another Why Is This OP redeemed. So Noxian Crusade's bot lane. Would you like to talk about it or shall I talk about it?
Yeah, we can both talk about it when we could both offer our views.
Okay, great. Noxian Crusade's bot lane. Why are they OP? Well, I mean, you've just seen how aggressively they play. They always play to carry. The team plays to carry around them. And look at the team. They've so far only dropped one game. So obviously, that's OP. If you can play around, if you play to make one lane work and it's always working for you, of course that lane's OP.
Yeah, absolutely. And if as well, just consistently getting fed. Uh, like as if anyone watches me whenever I stream Team Cataclysm, I always talk about their bot lane being quite strong. But I think that the Noxian Crusade bot lane managing to consistently get themselves fed by a number of kills is just the sign of a great bot lane that have been working well together for a long time. As the Death Realm is used,
Oh,
good Sonyas by Kakashi.
do you want to know the sad thing? Tibbers doesn't come
Yeah,
to the death realm. Mordekaiser is such a bully. Like, separating
like
Annie from her poor teddy bear. Oof.
oh the edge of the obliterate, but the shutdown goes over to Bacon. Does pick up the red buff. Buff transfer complete. As TLH now slowly wait for the
Mount it.
Drake to spawn.
I mean, they will pick up the Mountain Drake. Is it a great use of the Baron? Maybe not. Puts them on Soul Point. Mountain Soul, incredibly strong. Incredibly strong against champions like Annie that want to just 100 to 0 you instantly.
Yeah, and as well just provides the extra tankiness that the Mordekaiser needs to be that really annoying frontliner. It just never dies, despite building full AP and builds tank.
Yep,
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 very
yep.
fun.
I should try Swain Trundle. I mean, hmm, it it sounds fun, but I have my own thing to play with Swain that we will probably see at some point. Although I'm not sure whether we've made a pact of whether if my ADC's pick gets banned, we're just gonna super try hard the game and pick like Hyper Carry Enchanter, or if we're gonna go super fun lane and pull out the Swain something else combo.
Yeah.
Problem is we have to convince our mid laner to play AD if we do that. And have you seen Amelia playing ADs before? The answer to that is no, because she doesn't.
I can't wait to see it.
But anyway, there we go. Game's slowed down quite a lot. There's nothing really up on the map. TLH is taking away all of the enemy jungle, increasing their gold lead. Almost 10,000 right now. 27 minutes in game.
Yeah,
Ben
it's
sucks. Just... Why doesn't Nico have more skins? It's just occurred to me. What skins does Nico have? She has
Winter Wonder,
Wonder.
Star Guardian, and Star Guardian Prestige,
Yeah, that's it.
and Shanghai Scrolls.
She has a Shanghai Scroll skin.
Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
yeah.
I feel like she's a champion you could make some cool skins from, but
A
well.
good designer's
Ooh,
Damie's
Flash.
forced to flash.
I think it was a good flash though. With the rest of the team coming up there, it could have just been, the Leona flash Zenith Blade or flash ult.
It's just occurred to me, if Bacon goes for the rapid fire cannon, surely third item rather than collector, he should go Storm Razor.
Either
'Cause
Storm Razor or I would have loved an Infinity Edge, just because you're gonna hit that 60% crit. Why not, make those attacks do as much damage as possible? But yeah, also
I think
Storm
the
Razor is amazing
slow.
for the slow.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I would have preferred to see the Storm Razor second into the Infinity Edge, although then you aren't going too much attack speed, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Collector though, not too bad here because there isn't actually much armor being picked up by the enemy team, but here's the engage coming out. Leona instantly popped. Jinx pulled into the Death Realm. Oh, it's just a disaster for QNI. The clean 5-4-0 ace. And surely TLH will just walk this one down. They don't have a minion wave actually.
Gwensox can just tank the tower, I think.
Yeah, and they have
And also
3
there's a minion wave.
champions that do, well, 4 champions that do insane tower damage.
Yeah.
Poor Nami here, the only champion that doesn't do insane tower damage.
Nami, the odd one out.
She's just there to cheer on the team doing tower damage. Like, yeah, keep going.
Come on, I give you buffs to make you attack faster. Salty Snorlax is going to, I think, try in vain to try and stall this game out. Bacon does respawn. Oh, it's just... I mean, I understand that is not just only Gwensox, but half healthing an enemy carry by pressing one button is particularly skillful. As actually Gwensox does get hit by a juicy Aatrox combo, it's falling down to half HP. However, he's now just getting beaten in the auto trade with Redomancy as Gwensox actually picks up the kill. There's a good Zonya's by Kakashi, but he's going to get picked up, and that's a big Super Mega Death Rocket. QNI Bacon is going to pick up the recess, and he's actually going to pick up another shutdown onto Revka. The 2 shutdowns going over onto the Jinx, and this Jinx definitely in a position to not be underestimated by TLH.
Such a feels bad moment from Kakashi there. You could see he had the stun ready and he was just out of range the entire time. Eventually he turn around, falls to Sonya's and can't really get anything from it. Also, 2 inhibs down, Nexus turrets down, Mountain Soul over to TLH. It's hard to see QNI's path back into this. Ping's coming down on the Baron, looks like they just want to go the super safe route.
Yeah.
Gabblit joined Noxian Crusade. I don't think you'd like my picks. Just gonna put that out there. I have a feeling you would take offense at my Right, I pick Hecarim. Okay, I'm level 3. Goodbye. Like, some of them are quite unconventional, I'd say, and I like to try the weird ones. Unfortunately, Kindred support's still not viable. One day. Ooh, Paranoia coming in, Martinda jumping into the back line. Revka jumps forwards, picking up 1. Bacon, though, putting down some damage, but there's the Death Realm.
No
nice side
QSS.
steps.
He's got to respawn. Oh, he's got to come back to the
Oh
real
my
world in
God.
front of 5 people or 4 other people.
Didn't even
It's,
get to it because of the isolation Q damage doing pretty much his entire health bar.
which is very fair. But
Gwen
hey, Aaron
sucks.
though.
Even has a Spirit of a Surge, it's not full AP. Like, oh my God. But first game going over to the side of TLH. Um, Pretty much a deserved win. You know, they pretty much won
Dominated.
all the lanes, all the jungle, and yeah, there's not too much more to say about that one, I think.
Yeah, Bacon and Salty Snorlax though in the bot lane, giving a good account for themselves. I think there. In that game, they played extremely well, and it wasn't just like a straightforward stomp. TLH definitely, despite having it been 13 to 15k, had to work for it, and they showing that they are a fairly competent team with the macro side of things. So yeah, just I think a very well played game from both sides really. Even though I mean the drafts were fun to watch as well, but even though coordination intellect were down, they kept fighting, and that's really what you can ask for. They tried to flip the plays, but I think it was just a little bit asking a little bit too much from them, really.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get. Yeah, I need to share with you
That's
before
a
I swap
little
over.
game. That's a little game too. MVP.
Oof. I mean, it's hard not to say the Mordekaiser because it was
Yeah.
just so much disgusting damage, and the amount of times in a lot of the big team fights where he just found the ultimate onto the Jinx, and that was it. But yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
I
Can
agree.
you see the game?
I can indeed.
Perfect, perfect. Let's go straight over. So, QNI here, playing for their
Draft.
playoff hopes and dreams. Um, of course, if they lose this one, they're still playing to score points, show a good showing for themselves in their future games, try and spoil some other people
All
from
I'm
getting
gonna
there.
say is that even if they end the season with 0 points, they've given a very good account of themselves in this league. They've been respectful. They've played out their game plan, or they've attempted to every game, and you can definitely see it slowly starting to fall to place as the games go on. Like it's just kind of the mid game that needs cleaning up a little bit. I think the early mid game. But yeah,
So
my little homage to them.
this time though, TRH on the blue side, we've got Gwen Sux in top, this time with Tom Kench, Martinder in the jungle, playing Lilia, Revka has Nico again, Redomancy this time on the Caitlyn with Demi supporting on again the Nami, abusing the Nami. On the other
Wrong
side we've
right
got
now.
QNI. I mean, Nami's always been busted, but people seem to be realizing it now, which is kind of annoying.
Nerfs incoming.
It's like when for some reason they gave Lux the double shield on the way back, and it took them so long
Yeah.
to realize that was the issue as well. They just left it there for like 6 months, and then they were like, wait a second, people are playing Lux and winning a lot. What's the problem? Oh, it must be Aftershock. Let's get rid of the rune Aftershock. We will make it so you can't pick it unless you're a tank. And they nerfed it into the ground, and then they're like, wait, people are still playing it. I don't understand what's happening here. It's like, it might be that you can press W level 1 and give everyone on your team a 150 damage shield. That might be part of the problem.
Nah, come on. That's not part of the problem.
But anyway, yeah. Anyway, Aaron in the top lane playing Sion Lee. In jungle has Talon this time, Kakashi has Annie yet again, Bacon swapping up this time playing Jin, and Salty Snorlax on the Thresh, a bit more of a, well, again, a playmaking champion. And I mean, let's just get straight into the game.
Yeah. Nothing of interest. Again, Kakashi going for this Arcane Comet TP build with the Annie.
I actually don't mind it too much. I know a lot of people prefer to go electrocute or something, but very
I
much
prefer the
depends.
electrocute.
Electrocute is basically saying you're going to kill them in lane, which very understandable. You usually can. Nico's kind of a hard champion for Annie to kill, so I don't mind the comet too much. It gives you that extra poke down um, that otherwise you might not have been able to get. I can't remember as well, but I think if you get auto attacked when you have your E on, it actually procs comet.
Does it?
Yeah, because it's technically you hitting an ability on them. Because if you remember,
Oh.
Annie's E does damage back. It's like a mini Rammus W now.
Oh yeah.
That's what she got instead of the damage reduction and a little bit of move speed, which is not as good, but you know, they wanted to finally kill any possibility of tank Annie for some reason, which they managed. And they managed to do it without bringing back support Annie properly, which is sad. But there we go. So see, I kind of expect Kakashi to now and then, on full mana, be throwing a Q into Revka, try and get some extra poke down, put Nico in a spot where Nico doesn't feel that comfortable. We had the lane, of course, last game and didn't really see too much happening, so we can kind of expect that to happen again. There we go.
Yeah. And Gwen-Sux with Tom Kench just gonna win the
Will
trade
hard
because
win
he's.
this trade because of
Does.
Q.
Oh, there's the airborne though from Aaron. No, there's the
Yeah,
stun.
there we
Yeah.
go. I was gonna say the Q hard wins that trade.
Oh, but taking a tower shot, which does actually make the trade a little bit more even for Aaron. Because
Stun
there's
out
the
from
stun also.
Kakashi.
Ooh, that was actually quite a bit of damage.
Yep. Even without the
From the enemy.
electrocute.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Aaron kind of reading that play a little bit by the, like a book, knowing that the Tom Kench likes to go for that cheese in the bush and just dodging it very well. And the Gwen-Sux seemingly like he's going to go for it again as the stun is now ready. It's going to hit, and I guess the stun is like a confirmed way for the Arcane Comet to hit as well.
yeah, exactly. So let's see small trades coming out here.
Yeah, there's going to be a stun
Everyone
at
will
some
actually
point.
win this one because the Q's gonna take a while to come off cooldown.
Yeah. And that's what happens if you make a play, it doesn't work, and then you kind of go for the same play again on the Tom Kench. You get punished kind of severely for it.
It was sort of because he tried to hang around for that second Q, he just took too much damage before it came out. The way Tom kind of trades now is if you're not going to be able to all in them, you want to just kind of get the Q off and get out. Use the
Yeah.
stun or the slow from it to leave. Because the problem if you're trading a lot on Annie, you do end up with some big mana issues. Yeah. Anyway, we do have a why is this OP?
Oh, do
And
we?
it is Martinda's Nunu. Do you want to take it or should I take it?
He basically solo played it to plat 2. The only reason why he's allowed in River is that he plays kind of. I kind of don't want to flame. He loses a lot of
He doesn't know anything
ability
else.
when he doesn't have the Nunu.
Oh wait, Aaron actually TP'd in here bot lane. We'll have to come back to
Oh,
this. Redomancy trying to get away.
Scion play level
Exhaust
3.
is used. You know what? I respect the play, but it seems like he does pull him back.
Good look.
Good dodging there from Redomancy. But it seems like QNI were not on the same page there. Aaron started to back off as Sully Snarks flashed in. Bacon already had backed off. And now
Yeah.
Aaron will lose a lot from his lane for this.
Yeah, Bacon just opting for the CS over the potential kill. Obviously, we won't know if there was a kill there or not because Bacon didn't commit, so there was no damage. But still, I commend Bacon's decision making there. I think rather than going for the 50-50 play and opting to pick up the CS, which is definitely a more surefire way of getting gold, rather than a potential kill where they could escape and then you have to burn summoners because of a counter gank or potential for it to go completely wrong, especially with Revka still owning that teleport. I do commend his decision-making there. As the Abyssal Dive does manage to connect onto Aaron, the Q does land from Gwensux. No stun yet. Is he going to manage to pick it up? No, he's not, because his Q is going to hit the minions. Very well played there from Aaron, just to walk in between the minions and give himself a chance. But the Abyssal Dive is going to come out. There's the Q, there's the auto, and there's going to be one last auto. The first blood going over to the Tom Kench. As Revka now is actually going to take a decent chunk of damage from that Tibbers burst. As the zombie sound passive, as what the boss would call a good death. He managed to pick up a little bit of the minion wave as well.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate he's so far behind because Sion relies quite heavily on for his tank stats from that passive. Pick up a lot of HP actually from it. Back to Nunu. Yeah, Martinda's Nunu because we didn't really get to finish on Wired's OP. I mean, just put it this way, it's banned literally every single game. The reason he's allowed, or TLH are allowed to play in River is because it is banned every single game.
And basically, if a team doesn't ban Nunu, then we kind of just sit there and go, well, you didn't ban the reason why we let them in River, so it's kind of your own fault.
It's your own fault when you looked at this team and this player and went, you know what, we can handle the Nunu. Also, there is a part of me that's tempted to not ban Nunu when we play them.
But Devour coming out from Gwensux, it does definitely just a little bit too much damage. So much damage coming out from the Tom Kench. There's a stun,
Yes,
and as well the built-in healing.
Tinter actually fighting Lee in the jungle, somehow winning? Of course, that is
Lee was tanking up the
Nico.
red buff.
I don't think Lee expected that to be Nico.
Yeah,
probably should have. It came up from the mid lane.
Yeah, and Lee was
engaging the bot lane. A lot of damage into Demi, taken incredibly low. Bacon doesn't have the flash though to follow up, trying to trade back onto red amounts. He doesn't have ult either.
Yeah, beautiful limit testing there. Not limit testing, beautiful knowing the limits of the champion there from Demi, staying alive on literally 1 HP.
The thing is, I think if Bacon had stepped further forwards, he might have been able to get off the final shot. If he'd been slightly more aggressive in the trading. Revka flashing forwards.
He's going to pick up the kill. And yeah, the Nico one-trick showing why he's a Nico one-trick, really. 2-0-0 now. Good roaming, constant, and good communication with the jungler. Just, yeah, doing Nico things very, very well as Bacon falls very low. I think Salty Snorlax actually standing in front of Bacon saved him there. As they are looking to set up this dive, Lee is looking to cover the dive off, and it's looking like they are going to try and do something here. As Gwensux did Abyssal Dive, but did miss the knock-up. Martinder is going to fall very low. W coming out again, but it's not going to manage to hit the second part W, so no slow coming out, but he does have 3 stacks of the Talon passive, but QNI are not going to force the agenda. Going to back off and accept that they denied the tower dive and be happy with that.
And it has opened up to a 3,000 gold lead right now for the side of TLH. We want to look where that gold is. A big chunk of it in the top lane. We've got a big chunk in... Well, we've got a small chunk in jungle. Fairly big chunk in mid. Bot lane,
yeah,
fairly even. But, you know, overall, slight leads across the map for TLH.
Yeah.
Gwensuk's actually getting that back off.
Yeah.
Their sentence goes slightly wide there. But this is the 4v3. Flash immediately coming out from the Caitlyn. The Dragon's taken incredibly low, but no one finishes it off. Lee's trying to get to it, I think. Doesn't have the smite up. It will be picked up by the 4th shot. Nice from QNI there, forcing out a couple of summoners and taking away that mountain.
Yeah, very well played from QNI. I mean, I guess TLH didn't want to fight it too hard. Oh, Aaron devoured under the tower, but the auto attack onto the minion does allow Aaron to get off the E with the minion to get the slow, but the tongue lash does hit. Gwensix gets the confirmation thanks to the heal. There's the full stacks, but there's the stun. There's going to be nothing.
Oh,
But there's the shield.
baited.
Big shield from Aaron, the swirl ball or
And
swirl seed, whatever
Martinda
it's called.
being there could have been very important. Aaron could have potentially tried to go for the follow-up on
One
that.
PT.
He is
He's gonna.
TPing in.
Is he?
Oh
Oh,
no,
no,
it's
it's Kakashi
Kakashi.
that TP'd.
Oh, Kakashi could definitely go for this if he wanted. Doesn't have the flash up, but with the E can move incredibly fast.
Yeah. I think he's more scared of the Tom Kench manager going to Q heal, and he's going to just heal through his burst, especially with that
Be able to really. Ooh, when
shield as
Sux
well.
has come back,
Yeah,
will
he's just going
take
to
a little
1v1
bit of
Tibbers.
damage, but
It's actually taking a lot more than I expected from Tibbers there. With the Mercury treads as well.
well,
It's a lot of damage from just a
Tibbers
lost
is an
chance.
ultimate.
Yeah,
They-
I mean, when you fill so much MR as well, the Merc treads and the No Magic Mantle. Probably also taking some Magic Resist runes. Oh, when Aaron just walking into the Abyssal Dive there. But last minute knowing. Good Bramble Vest purchase though from Aaron, recognising that the Q heal is on that Tom Kent, so is looking to reduce that down by a little bit. As Damie's going to get flayed, but only just auto-attacked once. But yeah, it's just a sad existence for Aaron, honestly.
So if Demi
Still-
stays on this health, I wonder if when the flashes back up for Bacon, whether QNI's bot lane will flash in for this.
Flash Q auto. Should be enough.
Flash Q
Oh,
gets
there's
the
the
gate.
flash.
The knockup
that's-
does not go onto Caitlyn. Snorlax gets it. Not the person you really want to get it, but you do get the kill.
A kill is a kill at the end of the day. As Lee picks up a control ward.
And it is your first kill on the board.
Yeah,
Important one to get. Always important.
Yeah, absolutely. As they also pick up the plating as well, but the seed is going to land. There's the Drowsy, there's the sleep, but a fantastic play is going to deny the Q damage onto Bacon. He's only just going to get slept, no follow-up damage. It's a good bubble there, picking up 2 from Damie, and Salty Snorlax out of mana, out of HP, and surely has to back off here. But yeah, as you said, very important to get the first kill on the board. Try and get some tempo back for yourselves, try and get a little bit of wind under your sails, and really start exerting yourself on the map, especially against a team like TLH that become very confident with a lead.
A1 is oh no.
Yeah. He also has the shield, so Aaron is not going to be able to fight through that.
Slow
Yeah.
especially means you can't really keep up anymore. Always makes me sad Frozen Mallet's no longer an item, because it was perfect for tanks that wanted to try and keep up with people. Scion
They
could use
did
Frozen
try and-
Mallet super well, but they, just completely got rid of the item. They didn't even try and keep it.
Rework it. They did do it. They did try a little bit, I think, to help tanks in that regard with the Frozen Gauntlet. I don't think it's enough, as Lee is just going to get 1v1'd. It doesn't have
It's disgusting.
the damage. Didn't use the Ignite either, I don't believe, even though it was available.
I mean, Tom, at that point, had just 1 cloth armor.
Revka is getting CC'd down. The shutdown going over to Kakashi. Very good roam from Salty Snorlax there.
Very nice
Yes.
pickup.
Oh!
Oh, beautiful hook
Oh.
into Lantern. Redomancy in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Redomancy is going to get picked up there by Kakashi as well. That was a very beautiful combination from Salty Snorlax on this Thresh. Playing very well. And important kills to get, as the hook
Sends
just
it
barely
goes
misses
wide.
Damie.
I don't think there was the
Quite-
follow-up there, but still. Some close hooks. You gotta get those misses out sometimes.
Yeah, it's a warning.
It's a
As
lot of
Damie
damage
is now
onto the
gone.
fish.
Yeah, the fish is gone, and you have to assume so is the horse. But we are going to watch the tank fest that's top lane rather than the Jin
Oh.
ultimate, as Aaron again falls, and it's just the Frostfire Gauntlet as well on the Tom Gench, just so strong. As Salty Snorlax is
There's
going to
a
get
sleep.
drowsy.
Nice.
That's
death
a very
sentence.
good hook. Just to deny any follow-up from Revka. There's the flash forward from Bacon. He's going to sacrifice himself for the pickup onto Martinder, as the ace in the hole is not going to finish off Kakashi, and Kakashi is just going to run under the tower. But I do think TLH can tower dive this if they play it right. They're not going to opt to. They're going to look to just play it safe and allow Kakashi to get off that recall as
Yeah.
Gwen Sucks picks up the first tower of the game.
I think when you've already used all of your pretty definite damage at that point and you're so far ahead, why risk that tower dive?
Yeah, very true. And lack of CC as well against a Jin. No, not against Jin, sorry, against a Nani.
Yeah.
Who has stun almost up his near suicidal, I would say.
Don't you?
Kakashi is back. TP'd into mid lane. Trying to help his team around this Drake. Gwensucks almost has the TP available, so QNI.
So
If they want to do
Lianji's an interesting pickup because it's basically saying that I'm going to be the one who has to handle Tahm Kench, which, yeah, when you look at the team, who else is really going to handle Tahm Kench on this team? You've got a talent building full assassin, not Bruiser. You've got a Jin. Sion clearly can't handle the Tahm Kench in the 1v1 right now, and unlikely he's going to catch up to that point.
He is 3 levels down. Taking the name weak side very literally. Very good ultimate there to deny the stun, though, from Aaron. But it's the small victories that you have to take on this Sion. But you know, Gwen Sucks a very lane focused player. He actually noticed he's not even giving Aaron any chance. Like, even though he's taking the tier 1 turret, he's still just pushing in these waves, trying to deny as much as possible
Lee
and be as
jumping
annoying
over.
as possible. Yeah, Lee is going to
Kakashi's
use
here
that.
to follow up.
Oh,
Revka
even
can't
the
get
heck.
the ulti.
It's just such a
Oh,
good fight, but the red buff,
oh,
not
Kakashi
even the
has to
red buff.
play this pretty perfectly to get out of this, but straight into melee range of Revka.
Ah, I think it was death either way, no matter what happened there.
Oh, and neither of them manages to get the Rift Herald either. Very unfortunate.
The denial, though, is quite good, because it does deny TLH just a thing of, I'll pop it down mid and we can get 2 charges off.
Yep, kind of expect mid turret's gonna fall fairly soon anyway.
Yeah, definitely for sure. It is on very low HP. All TLH needs to do is keep on
Oh,
sieging
there's a
this. As that's
hook.
a very good hook onto Revka. Good use of the
Slow.
box as well to slow it down. But that's a very good tidal wave. It's going to pick up all 3. As there is the Gale Force, and it's going to assassinate
Nice.
as the death sentence misses. It's a big shutdown onto Bacon. The 4th shot is going to connect. Is there any W note there? Now it does, but it does go a little bit wide as Damie manages to escape, doing her best to try and save her mid laner, but couldn't.
That will actually be the second Drake for QNI. It's an Infernal, which means they do have the chance at the Ocean Drake. Ocean Soul. It will be the Ocean Soul, so bit of relief for them there, I guess. I think you'd be
Missing
super
there.
sad at this point if it came out with Martinda. He is going for the sleep. Interesting. Kakashi didn't just keep Tibbers on Martinda there. Potentially, Martinda would have died. Expecting Redomancy to just walk back, but Redomancy has no fear, just running straight forwards.
Yeah. TLH. I think this game is definitely taking it a little bit slower. They are getting picked off a lot more than what they were in game 1. So it's either TLH are taking their foot off the gas, or foot off the accelerator, I should say. I'm not American. Or QNI are just playing a lot safer than what they were in game 1. As I say, that Aaron does get devoured. He does use the ultimate, but it's not going to be enough as the rest of QNI actually collapse on this. I think Aaron is going to be the kind of the sacrifice there, as the stun does come out and he's forced. Gwensucks is forced to flash away. I don't think he's. Yeah, the Arcane Comet is going to pick up the shutdown, and Aaron is not even going to be picked up there. But TLH on the opposite side of the map are going to pick up a tier 1 turret on the bot side of the map as the TP is coming in, I believe, from Kakashi. Other than, yep, it's from Kakashi.
Revka's
The
here
bubble
as
does manage to
well.
land. Yeah, in the back line. Oh, it's a disaster, and it's a fantastic two-man use of the Pop Blossom, whatever it's called, the ultimate.
Kakashi just
As
didn't have a good way in there, really.
yeah, TP'd in, but then was immediately forced out. I think thanks to the bubble, and this now just allows TLH to push in this tier 2. QNI
Notice.
gonna defend it best they can as a TP's
Oh,
coming in from, I think, yeah, it's from Gwen Sucks. He's going to get airborne to the tower, but the Drowsy is going to hit the Annie. The airborne's going to come out, and I think that was actually picked up by the Barmy Cinder passive. Nevertheless, it's still a kill, as Gwen Sucks doesn't have that Devour just yet, so Aaron will escape with his life. But TLH now pressuring this bot lane turret. And yeah, just Tom Kench diff, really. Um,
yep.
so well on for that.
The evolution of the Tom Kench pick. Then originally it was unbench the Kench. But you know,
Now
he's
it's
picked
nerf.
so
Now
often.
it's bench the Kent.
Now it's the Kench benches you. Oh, interesting way to deliver a bouncing grenade. Throw it onto a minion, have Sion eat it. Kind of like that Senna W delivery system. Salty Snorlax hitting another hook over the wall. You can see why they picked him this Thresh. Unfortunately, just no real follow-up. Ooh, a lot of damage coming down onto Martinder there. Lee actually take that to the face. Revka using the ultimate pretty much just for the shield to stay alive. Front Sucks might just ignore Aaron and go for this tower. He's just tanking the tower. He doesn't care. Honestly, I think it's the Tahm Kench passive scales too hard with HP. That's what it is. That's what just makes him so disgustingly damaging. If they reduce the Tahm Kench passive damage, I think it'll be fine. But anyway, we see we're moving towards this third Drake of the game. QNI want to contest it. Kakashi hitting the Nico clone there. Oh, Revka hitting one stun. Artinder jumping into the backline, putting the sleep down onto 2. Bacon in a lot of trouble, will go down. Lee also falls. That's 3 quick pickups, the triple kill going into the Bouncy Deer. And they will pick up an Ocean Drake for their troubles. And surely move on to pushing in the mid, potentially. Meanwhile, Gwen Sucks, you know, just like, wait a second. I may be playing Tahm Kench, but I feel like playing some Tryndamere gameplay. We're just going to push this side wave, and we're never going to leave. I don't know if Atomic has muted himself or something accidentally, but we'll just continue. TLH moves straight towards his mid-wave, get the inner tower. QNI is here to defend further, but there's not much more
Sorry,
to
sorry about
defend.
that. I got ganked by my nan.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling very well, so she bought like one of those, like thermometer things for COVID. Still,
Oh.
nonetheless, back to the game. Salty Snorlax and Aaron caught
Ooh, it's a
out
big
for lack of
Tibbers.
vision. Yeah,
But
actually, it's a big stone in the
Kakashi
backline.
just doesn't feel...
Bacon actually picks up a kill somewhere out of nowhere.
I think Kakashi could have just run in there, done the WQ, got at least 1 if not 2 kills.
Yeah, and the curtain call is going to be used, and it's going to pick up potentially
Not
some.
perfect angle.
No, but it did open up on the
Oh,
wave.
Kakashi will flash away and
The
stay alive.
shield from the E actually saved his life there. That's the first time I've seen that be useful in a defensive sense.
It's so
Yeah.
sad that it's true. I have tried building support Annie and the shield doesn't really get much better.
It's, yeah. You kind of rely on your team just building like Spirit Visage, so then rather than it being 70 shield, it's 90 shield. It's such a sad
You know what?
existence.
Shall we see
But,
how much the shield gives right now with what 1 point in it? 130.
130.
You know what? That's better than I
That's
expected.
yeah. That's better than I expected as well.
I mean, still
I did
practically
say,
nothing, but it's better than I
yeah.
expected.
I mean, I assume on support Annie as well, you max it second, so it will. At this stage of the game, level 13, it'll be maxed at this point if you're playing it at support, so it would give
I'm
potentially
not even
200 HP.
sure.
As Gwenzux potentially has been caught out, he's going to get stunned up into that fully charged Silent Key, forced to flash the wall, but he's
Tibbet comes
6 and 1.
down.
He's a lot more tanky than he expects, especially as he has 2 HP bars with that grey health. So I think the flash was a little bit not necessary there, but I think he's going for the wit's end actually, because he
My
is going to go for the
God,
half-bound axe.
the grey health is his entire health bar.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the red buff with the extra health regen. Just
Yes.
healing him
But
up for this. Big engage. Revcar on the backline catches
oh
3. Beautiful flank.
yeah, Revka
And
carrying that flank there.
Kakashi now in a lot of trouble. Probably will fall to Redomancy. Yep, there we go. And I think that might be the end of the game. TLH pushing down the mid lane. 15 seconds still on the QNI's bot and top. Salty Snorlax will be up for 4, but he is just one Thresh, not someone that can really clear a wave or keep off a 5-man push.
Yeah,
He'll try his
kind of
best.
it's kind of the sad thing as a support player that when you're the only one alive because you have the least death or the lowest death timer, you just have to watch as your base falls.
This is why you play Anivia support.
So you can 1v5.
They may come in, but you just press R on the entire wave.
But TLH, you just have to expect at this point. Oh, that's a
Ooh.
pretty big kill by Bacon. Fourth shot with the Gale Force, but nevertheless, the
Massive stun
Titanic
from
Hydra.
Revka.
Yeah, Revka's going to use the ultimate. It's going to stun up Lee, and that is the end of the game.
Game 2 going over to TLH, which, as I was pointing out before, unfortunately for QNI, means that I don't think it's possible for them to qualify for the playoffs anymore. A very unfortunate turn of events for them. But they've still got 2 games left to show their things, maybe turn it around. They could put themselves in a place where they're equal, 4th, and unfortunately they just lose out on the tiebreaker. Unless maybe we have a 3-way tie. Ooh, actually, that's a good point. What do we do if it's a 3-way tie? Maybe they're not out.
I don't know.
Yeah, what if we have a 3-way tie where, like, TLH hold the head-to-head against QNI, QNI hold the head-to-head against someone else, and someone else hold the head-to-head against TLH? Maybe it is possible for them to stay in. Maybe they're not out quite yet, but it's now completely out of their own hands.
Yeah.
Pretty much. They need to win both of their last games. They need TLH to not score a single more point. And I think they need League of Pogmore to beat TLH.
No, we played TLH.
They
We
need
lost. You.
Suck to win. No, to draw to it, but Suck would have to lose. So, wait a second. Suck have 4 games left. Can they do this? Yes, they need to beat Shreeman University of Crabs, Shreeman University of Crabs to beat TLH, and then Shreeman University of Crabs to draw their last 2 games. It's possible.
Anger of an end.
It is possible for QNI to still be alive, is the takeaway from
Come on,
this.
QNI. We all love a miracle story.
Oh my god, it's such a like long shot. I would love it. I would totally
I would
not
love it as
enter
well.
game just to
just to see that happen.
not that, you know,
We're
my
not
team
biased.
would need to lose to QNI. I mean, I think that would be the last set of games we played as well. That would be such a
so.
weird one because
Let me check. Matches. Yeah, you play against them last.
oh my god, can you imagine it gets down to it? It's literally back in QNI's own hands.
Yeah,
If they can win
imagine.
that game, then they get, well, I don't know, even know, like a tiebreaker playoff. Like, what do we even do if that happens? I've never
I would
considered it.
assume just a. I don't even know. I don't think that we ever considered that this would be a potential outcome.
Yeah.
Um, but we'll take that when we come to it. I think.
Yes.
But we'll deal with it when we get there, because it may not happen yet. It may not happen.
It may not happen. Yeah, they are basically reliant on Pogmore not winning a single more game. Suck winning one and drawing. Oh, Suck beating TLH and then drawing the two other games and then losing to QNI.
Yes.
And QNI winning their last two series. So it's possible. Main takeaway.
Yes. Indeed.
Indeed.
I think that's it.
Yeah. I mean,
Big VOD Super Day.
Big VOD Super Day, all done and dusted. We had some cool games.
Bangers.
We had some almost comebacks. We had a couple of stomps. Not, you know. And
A
we'll
very
be
good
back,
mix of games.
Back tomorrow. I don't know. Are you here tomorrow?
I am not for the stream, no, unfortunately. I am based swimming.
Oh, I thought that was Mondays.
Mondays and Wednesdays.
Ah, lots of swimming. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I like my swimming.
I will. Yeah, I don't have a
And-
pool near me. Sad.
Oh, pain. Luckily, I do. £23.50 a month to go for free. I'll take.
Not bad.
Very worth.
Not too bad.
Otherwise, I'd have to pay like a £5 to go every week. No, every time I go, I'd have to pay a £5. So, very, very worth in my books.
Oh my god. Anyway, I believe what I was saying. Yeah, tomorrow we'll probably do the VOD that we have left to do, and then
And we've got
the
Noxian
live game.
Crusade. Yeah, versus Crescent Solari.
Yep. I'll get all of the point totals updated for Arc Ghost going out. I'll throw out an announcement
Yeah.
to say they're dropping out and how that's going to work. And then we'll catch you all tomorrow. Thanks everyone for coming, watching the stream. Thanks to Teachers for coming for the first couple of series. Thanks to you, Atomica, for coming for the last couple of series.
No worries.
Thanks everyone, and see you later.